Every champion started as an unknown. Every legend earned their place. This isn't ranked. This isn't casual. This is where reputations are built.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, fight fans. We are live. We are here with ESFL. Today is the beautiful day of July 26, 2026. I am your host, Frank No Streaming, and I'm joined in the booth by Drake UFC and by Zayaf. How's it going this morning, fellas?
Doing good, man. I'm really excited to be here. We got a really big card, a lot of massive news to be announced, so I'm super excited for this card. How about you, Zayaf? How are you feeling?
I'm doing great, man. It's going to be an incredible card. Like you said, some incredible news coming up. Just a really exciting time to be a UFC 6 fan.
Absolutely. It's a very exciting time. And that big news that we are talking about, of course, you just saw it on the reel, but we've got the Creator Cauldron tournaments coming up. And before that, those are the lead up to the August Apex. That's going to be a 16-man tournament. It's going to be August 16th with a $2,000 prize. That is right. 2 bands are on the line. And as I had briefly mentioned, there are ways to qualify. We're going to have 5 different Creator Cauldron tournaments. There's going to be one held by Cryoxis. That's going to be August 2nd. He's going to be doing big things over there. Also on August 2nd, Romero is going to be hosting another one of these Creator Cauldron tournaments. There's going to be another one held by GOAT on August the 7th, and then one by Crooks on August the 9th. And then, of course, we've got a tournament being held by Bruce Lee Rob at a later date to be announced. But all 5 of those sound like incredible events. What are you guys looking forward to from those events?
I think it's going to be incredible. I mean, $2,000. We haven't seen that kind of money in the UFC community tournaments since Vegas, I believe. So that's going to be absolutely massive. If you're not excited about the comp scene, if you're not excited about UFC 6 right now, you definitely should be after these massive announcements.
Completely agreed. I mean, there is really something to be said about the fact that the money prizes, the big money prizes, bring out the best in the game. There are people that, maybe they don't want to compete on the exhibition cards. Maybe they're only looking for the top competition. This is the top competition. If you want to prove you're the best, this is the time to do it. So guys, sign up for these tournaments. Go into the Creator Cauldron. Go, prove your worth and test your mettle. And let's find out who the best of the best is, Frank.
Yeah, for sure. And like you had said, this is where the top competition is. And on top of that, just the extra incentive. Listen, it doesn't matter what you're doing at any level, right? You can have 2 guys just playing a game of basketball at the park. Walk up to them and say, winner gets $100, and watch how the intensity cranks up just like that. We're doing that, and we're multiplying it by 20 with this tournament, guys. $2,000 on the line. And don't worry, if you don't get invited to those creator tournaments, you can still get in because we're going to have an ESFL Q Crucible. That's going to be a Swiss-style open tournament. That's going to be open to anybody in the North American continent or the European Union that is not currently banned from ESFL. You can join our Discord. You can sign up. You'll be thrown into just kind of like an open round robin kind of thing. There will be 7 different matches. If you win 6 of those matches, you will get $50. And the top records from those competitors will, of course, qualify to have their spot at the August Apex. A lot of big things coming. A lot of exciting news. But that's in the future. We got to get past today first. And today, we've got a banger of a card. We've got 15 fights. All of them are going to be hot and heavy. We're going to get this thing started, guys. Y'all ready to get into it?
Oh, yeah. We got such a sick card. So many familiar faces back. We have EdParker making his return to the ESFL. It's absolutely huge. We also have Papadoc, former champion, DirrtyDave, Wordlife. Such an amazing card. I'm really looking forward to this one. What are your thoughts on this card, Zayaf?
It's a super exciting card. You have a ton of new talent coming up on the first fights, which is always super exciting. There are people that haven't competed in ESFL, yet they're better than some of the guys we have in the league right now, and they're here to prove it. I'm looking at the names. I'm looking at It's JC on our first fight of the card, but then you go up the card. You have EK Suspect, former UFC 3 champ, JC21, UFC 4 interim champ, Trixie, Peyton. What a fight that is, and like you mentioned, the return of EdParker, the body tickler himself. I mean, my goodness, this is going to be a great set of fights.
Man, absolutely. EdParker's been doing this since I was actually active. Now it's been a while, so that's how you know, like, we got a nice mix of the old and the new coming in. I can't wait to see what happens. And personally, between you and me, I want to see a fight in the future between It's JC and JC21 for the name. But that's neither here nor there. Right here, we've got It's JC taking on Tyrese. What do you got for us on these fighters, Drake?
So Tyrese is making his debut here. He's somebody who's been in the community for a little while. If you've played ranked, you probably ran into him. He's always a tough fight to deal with, and he's going up against JC, someone who's been in the ESFL before. He's number 205 on the legacy rankings. That's pretty solid considering there's over 600 names on that ranking. And yeah, this is going to be a really good fight. What are your thoughts on this matchup, Zayev?
Well, I'm looking at who they're hovering over right now, and we're looking at possibly a Jose Aldo versus Cody Garbrandt matchup. Very, very interesting stylistically. Cody, obviously, he has the speed, he has the punch power, he has great cardio, great footwork, but he's chinny. And Jose Aldo has great power in his hands, great power in his kicks. I'm very curious to see how these two implement their game plans heading into this fight, Frank, as they lock the picks in.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm very excited to get to see some high-level UFC 6 play because, you know, I've been messing around just kind of on ranked, and getting to see fighters actually fight like themselves is extremely exciting. So seeing that in the hands of high-level players, I'm ready to see what we get, man. Obviously, if you're using Jose Aldo, I'm expecting those leg kicks come out hot and heavy early on.
Little bow of respect between the two gentlemen. Oh, sorry, Drake.
Oh, absolutely. Good show of respect there. Cody Garbrandt, he has so much power. He's got a lot more power than Aldo, especially in his hooks and his uppercuts. So that's something Aldo has to watch out for. A little bit of taunt action there.
Sorry, both guys trying to find their range in the pocket, kind of trading right hands. Good leg kick lands there from Aldo. So he's starting to walk forward, but getting caught by some nice hands from Cody Garbrandt on the entrance.
Yeah, Jose Aldo has a 95 punch power, but Cody Garbrandt has a 98 punch power. So really, these two are just going to be throwing hands back and forth, and it's going to be who can get that big shot off first. Tyrese is really pressing forward and a knockdown.
Yep, there we go. That's that first big shot. He gets that right hand and drops Jose Aldo. And now Tyrese is trying to keep the pressure on. He breaks that clinch and just trying to get a little bit of range, but JC firing back, getting some body shots in there. And a nice uppercut is going to drop Garbrandt. Now we're right back at 0, boys. It's a perfectly even fight, starting things up. 3 minutes left here to go in the first round.
I think he may have been going for a taunt there when he got knocked down. I mean, this is the ESFL debut. He wants to put on a show, but you still have to respect your opponent right now. And he kind of gave up that lead in the round there by being a little bit too cocky. Let's see if that's going to cost him.
Yeah, and right now, the big problem for It's JC is he's staying in boxing range. Like Frank mentioned, Jose Aldo, you've got the kicks. Nice front kick there. I want to see more of that. Use your leg kicks, use your body kicks. Keep him at range because Tyrese right now is just stalking this man down. And if he gets him to the back of the cage, it's going to be bad, Frank!
Yeah, absolutely, and he's throwing those hands. I mean, he's opening up combinations. Like you had mentioned, I would like to see JC using more of the kicking range, but more of the kicking range, not just throwing kicks in that boxing range, because Cody Garbrandt will make you pay if you miss one of those. And an interesting change of pace is he goes for the takedown, but Tyrese is hip to it, able to defend that and keep things out of the clinch. Staying at range, and he is just, it looks like he's trying to find just the distance and the timing to land that one big counter shot right now. Almost was there right there with that left hook.
JC is having a really hard time establishing his boxing right now, and that's to be expected. Cody Garbrandt's got so much power. He's already been dropped. He's not really able to get off his hands, and we're seeing Tyrese really just flowing on him right now, mixing in low kicks, mixing in the hands, and we see JC kind of like panic grappling here. Jose Aldo is not the best grappling pick, but perhaps just to give him a different look, just to get him to drop those hands to set up his boxing.
Yeah, and now Tyrese in flow state. Now Tyrese has Tiger, which means his hooks are going to be extra powerful, and you see them coming out here. JC returns with the flow state. That's Electric Eel. He's going to have more power in the stand-up, but that's not going to matter if he gets dropped, Frank!
It's not going to matter at all. He's got to try to find a way to get through this round. There's 20 seconds left, and fellas, between us, all right, is it just me, or is the flow state just like a hey, hit me now kind of button? Is that just me? It's kind of what it seemed like, you know? As soon as he turns it on, it's just like, you know that they're going to be coming in. And I guess it's almost like a call to action to get defensively responsible and figure out where your counter shots are, as we saw in that exchange there. What'd you guys see out of round one? We'll start with you, Zayev.
You know, I saw a lot of interesting exchanges. JC, he's trying to find the boxing range. He is working the body better than Tyrese's. You saw Tyrese's stamina getting sapped there, but it's a 3-round fight, Drake, and how are you going to make adjustments going into round two?
It's really tough right now. He's at a big stamina deficit. He's at a big head held deficit. As he eats a big head kick there, he's going to have to really make reads. Tyrese, he's throwing a lot of round shots. He's throwing a lot of hooks, uppercuts. He's going to have to make a read. Perhaps a pull counter to the body. Perhaps a duck. As he gets hit by another rear hook and he goes to the body, head.
He was digging to the body right there. He was really trying to make up that stamina deficit, and he's getting some good shots off. That overhand might have put a bow on this thing, but he wasn't quite able to land that. Right now, it looks like Tyrese is being better on the defensive end of things as he shows that with that slip right there. But JC is fighting back, trying to get one of these big kicks to land in the pocket.
Tyrese is looking very loose in here. This is his first fight in the ESFL. He's signed up for 5 cards, and this is his big shot, and he looks very loose and very prepared for this big moment here.
Right now,
Yeah,
it looks
absolutely.
like it was worth the wait.
Woo! Nice dub, 2 body shots, gets the uppercut, not quite able to do it. JC very good at staying defensive, good takedown, just the change of pace he needed, Frank.
Yes, an excellent takedown. That was a fraction of a second from being horrible because you saw Garbrandt throwing that flying knee almost in anticipation, but didn't quite line up. But that head kick lined up perfectly. Left shin to the dome, and now he's looking like he's trying to put this thing out.
This could be problems here for Cody Garbrandt. He's against the cage. And I don't know if I'd be taunting here. This is a lot of trouble. He just got rocked from a big head kick.
And you got to see, is the taunting and the showmanship going to come back to bite him, or is it just going to be extra sprinkles on the highlight reel?
Well, in a way, Cody Garbrandt, he's trying to sim him, right? Cody is a big taunter, has a big ego. UFC 6 is all about fighting like your fighter. I like it. I like the mind games. I like that he's moving his head back and forth. You pointed out he's staying very defensively responsible. And that's the big difference between the two. Floor state on and he gets a rock.
Yeah, these hooks are coming in, man. You got to be careful because it seems like every time that JC is getting the timing and the, figuring out the defense, he's getting hit in the body, and oh my goodness, just a barrage of body shots is what's going to put this thing away.
What a debut from Tyrese. Man, he looked so good out there. He's very composed, taunting, flowing on his opponent, and nearly had the perfect performance. He got rocked a few times, but he was really in control of this fight the whole time.
Yeah, no, for sure. What'd you see out of that finish, Zayef?
I thought it was a fantastic performance. He used his flow state impeccably. He knows that the round strikes, once you have flow state on with Cody Garbrandt, are going to be so powerful. He already has 98 punch power. He's gaining a percentage of punch power from the flow state. I thought it was an immaculate performance. Very, very excited to see a smart, intelligent fighter using an interesting pick like Cody Garbrandt and getting it done, Frank.
Absolutely. And like you said, he got it done, was able to get in there, and Tyrese did a great job of just reading what JC was trying to throw at him and not being there whenever it came back. We had mentioned multiple times Tyrese was very defensively responsible, and it seemed like, that countering ability was what set up that finishing shot. Just a fantastic barrage of body hooks. And that was all she wrote, man.
Yeah, and man, Tyrese, ESFL debut, just looked so clean in there. I definitely want to see him on some more cards and get him in there with some, higher ranked opponents. I'm really excited to see what this kid does in the ESFL.
No, for sure. You had mentioned that he'd signed up for 5 different events before getting into this one. I don't think he's going to need 5 signups to get his next fight, but that's just my prediction. We'll see what happens. All right, next up, folks, we're going to move right into our next fight. We have got Rawling taking on Skid Vu. This is both of these guys' ESFL debuts.
So yeah, we don't know a lot about either of these guys, but that's what makes the ESFL so exciting, and that's one of the beautiful things about these exhibition cards. 2 guys getting a chance to prove themselves to the community, both guys making their debuts. It's going to be really interesting to see which guy can make a statement.
Well, and we're looking at some very interesting picks here. We have Islam Makhachev and Jack Della Maddalena. You have a pure, basically, wrestler, but with some great hands against more of an MMA guy. Drake, if you're both of these fighters, how are you approaching this?
And with Jack Maddalena, you got to be really heavy on that low block because Islam Makhachev is going to have a significant advantage on the ground. And Islam has got some really good hands as well, so I really like to see a patient approach from Jack. And as he comes out swinging already, I like to really see him make some reads early on. Oh, he eats a big head. And the denial there.
Yeah, great denial there because, like you had said, you want to see some patience. He came out like a house on fire, and then Islam was trying to take advantage of that with the early takedown. But great defense there from Skid Vu. But oh my goodness, he got touched by the right and the left. He's trying to get it back right now. Gets a good body hook right there. But again, looking for the takedown and gets it. This Rawling. Now, this is an interesting situation. I mean, you got 4 minutes left in the first round, and you've already got Makhachev on top of you.
But he's not in a bad place to be. He immediately took full guard. This is a very difficult position to pass in this game. And the problem that Rawling's going to have is he's doing everything big. Look at his stamina. We are a minute and a half in, and there's already a significant chunk out of it. And that's because he's throwing head kicks, going for big takedowns, powering posture up. You know, the more he moves, the more stamina he's going to use. So he has to be smart about how he uses his time on the ground, Drake.
Absolutely, and Jack, he's doing a really good job right now staying defensive. He just lost that side control, but there's not a lot of danger in that position, and he sprawls right away. Perhaps looking for a cage get up here, but he's doing a really good job of just preserving his stamina and really making this Islam Makhachev work from the top position. And, you know, if this fight stays on the feet in round 2, round 3 with a stamina advantage, Madalena can really do a lot of work.
Love what Rawling did right there. Posturing up, get a good shot, get the grapple advantage, and then get the free transition to side saddle. Gets into crucifix, but isn't able to do anything with it. Lands a nice elbow from side saddle, and Jack does a good job getting back to side control. Now, you had mentioned Zayaf, the stamina advantage, and how, you know, Rawling has already used a good chunk of that stamina. But if he's able to keep top position and keep making Skid Vu work, do you think he'll be able to make that grab up?
He is able to do it. The question is, can he do it in rounds 2 and 3? We saw him fail a couple of takedowns before he got this one, and the larger you have of a stamina disadvantage, the more difficult it's going to be. So it seems like his plan is get this guy out early, get big denials, land big ground and pound as he's going for here, and then do, you know, use your health advantage to make up for the stamina disadvantage in 2 and 3. What do you think of the strategy, Drake?
I do like it, but then the issue is, can he get back to his feet, though? Because if he just lets Islam lay on him for 2 rounds, 3 rounds, then he's just, you know, big reversal. There just pancakes him right back in side control. It's going to be, can he keep it on the feet? Because if he gets taken down, right now he's not showing an ability to get back up to his feet. As he gets a nice reversal, only 25 seconds left in the round, or I'm not sure if he can do much with it.
It still has to be a decent mental boost, though, right? You spend 4 minutes on, you know, on your back. It's got to be at least a small moral victory to be able to get that top position at the end of the round. We'll just see, you know, how much morale that carries into round 2, because as you had mentioned, sorry, I can't remember his username, but Makhachev is doing a great job of softening up JDM right now, and we'll see how big of an effect that has going forward in this fight.
Absolutely, and that's definitely an Islam round for sure. And this next round should be really interesting, though, because Islam's at a major stamina disadvantage now. That means he can get rocked a lot easier. It means the counters are going to do a lot more damage to him. And if Jack can keep this on the feet, he can really do a lot of damage. So this is going to be a really intriguing round to see if Islam can either get him back down or if Jack can keep this fight on the feet. What are your thoughts, Zaya?
Well, as you pointed out, I would actually like to see Jack Della Maddalena fight this at a slower pace. He has the stamina advantage here, and he's coming out like a, you know, someone with a mission, but that just gets him put right back on his back. And Frank, this is not where you want to be in round 2.
No, not at all. I was actually going to ask, do you think there's an opportunity for him to throw some knees or some uppercuts to try and stymie that takedown attempt? But clearly not. That was not the case. Now we've got Makhachev on top with even more time to work than he had in the last round. So what can JDM do right now to stop this round from being more of the same?
And he's going to have to show some urgency on the ground trying to get back to his feet. As he gets put into an arm triangle, can he complete this? This is going to be a big moment in the round. And he activates his flow state. Checkmate. This is going to do a lot of damage to the sub bar.
Yeah, that was
he gets that. Look at that.
Very good job to use the flow state right there to just get that extra grapple advantage.
That's
because
huge.
Holy smoke, he was able to. I mean, by the time he locked that choke in, it was almost over. And if he gets another one, we're talking about a good performance. GG's. Send it to the next
here
one.
it comes. Here it comes. He's frustrated.
Yup, might be GG next.
That's wraps. 100% wraps.
Giving up the arm triangle there quite easily, and
that denial might just be
top him.
Yep. And there it is, folks. Beautiful grappling from Rawling. Gets the victory with Islam Makhachev. I mean, he was a security blanket the entire time. Got the fight to the ground, kept it there. It's pretty academic. What do you think, Zayed?
I thought that was an interesting game plan that ended up working out for him. I don't know that I would call it incredibly intelligent. He made the mistake of really blowing a lot of stamina. He threw, some wild stuff, but at the end of the day, he did what these Sambo guys do best. He took him down, he ragdolled him on the ground. We got a beautiful submission, and Drake, we saw that checkmate activated. That's the new part of UFC 6 that people have to adapt to, right?
Right, once that checkmate is activated, it's a lot easier to get one-tap subs, and even if he had survived that round, that would have absolutely been a 10-8. It took such a big chunk of the stamina bar, and you gotta remember, this is the ESFL debut of both guys. Rawling did a really good job there. Did make some mistakes with the stamina, but it didn't matter, and you gotta wonder if that Jack player, the nerves got to him where he wasn't able to be as patient or defend those takedowns, and it looked like he really panicked there towards the end, and that's just an experience issue.
Both of you guys are extremely high-level competitors, and you were saying it might not have been the smartest move for him to blow a lot of that stamina. I personally prefer results-based analysis. That was the best game plan I've ever seen because he won. So,
right, he was dominant. He just took him down, did whatever he wanted to him.
Yeah, like what are we talking about? He won. That was it. Perfect. What are we doing? What we're doing is moving on to the third fight. We've got Rhino FYD versus the John Jones dealer. Now,
interesting matchup. I wonder what he's dealing to John Jones. John Jones has been known to do a plethora of different drugs.
See, and that was my question. Are you a John Jones dealer because you deal in John Jones, or are you John Jones's dealer? See, it's
maybe he's
a gray
both.
area. Maybe it's both. Maybe it's both.
And both guys are making their ESFL debut, and this is in the bantamweight division. We see John Jones dealer going Rob Font, who kind of resembles John Jones with the bald head in this game.
So,
maybe that's why he picked him.
Would you call that John Jones in like a smaller font?
We'll see how he plays with him. And we see Rhino using the Cody Garbrandt pick. We saw Cody Garbrandt was extremely dangerous in the last fight. And I think John Jones Dealer is at a big disadvantage here pick-wise because Rob Font is good, but he does not have the power or hand speed to compete with Cody Garbrandt.
But he might have the timing to land some of those big body shots right there. However, these body kicks from Cody Garbrandt might make him think twice with the counters. I'm liking the timing that Font has right here. John Jones Dealer seems to know what he's doing in the pocket. Good God.
This could be it. That's it.
Oh
No
my
way.
God.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh my God.
Wow.
What a performance from bantamweight John Jones. He just took out that Cody Garbrandt in less than a minute. That might be another contender for the fastest finish in the ESFL history. I think last week we saw, I believe the fastest finish was about like 50 seconds. That's got to be up there. I mean, who is this guy? This must be some sort of alt account because I'm really intrigued in seeing this guy fight again.
He's John Jones dealer, clearly. What did you see him dealing in there, Zayed?
I mean, I have to point out, he just did that with Rob Font. Now, Rob Font, I think, only has like 89 punch power or something like that. He has very fast hands, but he doesn't have the most punch power. So to put Cody Garbrandt out like that in under a minute, look, he came in, the other guy was swinging, he was going for the kill, and he said, come here. He said, I will beat you at your own game. That's incredibly impressive, Frank.
No, it was spectacular. It just seemed like I had mentioned from the first exchange, he slipped off at the right time and then parlayed that into just an incredible combo. Before we knew what happened, it was over. We're sitting here making jokes. We're trying to throw our little zingers, and then boom, we're on to the next one.
That is for sure a contender for performance of the night. But yeah, what a statement from John Jones Dealer.
Yeah, go ahead and mark that one in the performance of the night contenders for sure. We need to put a little dog ear on that one. So, trying to reset our brains after what we just saw, going into the next fight, we've got Charlie 18 times. I'm not gonna say Charlie 18 times. He's taking on Calm Chaos, and both of these guys. What do you got for us?
So, Charlie, he beat me in the first exhibition card, or second exhibition card. And since then, he's kind of been going through the Drake curse. He's lost his last 3 fights since that matchup. I'm looking forward to seeing how he bounced back here against Calm Chaos, someone making his ESFL debut. I have seen that name before on Ranked. or in the Discord. So I'm interested in seeing how Calm Chaos does, and interested to see if Charlie can bounce back. What are your thoughts on this matchup, Zayef?
Well, absolutely. We see Charlie 18x locking in Ilya Topuria. In my opinion, possibly the best pick in the game, right up there with Sean O'Malley. He has so much power, he has so much speed, he has incredible grappling, and Calm Chaos locking in Diego Lopez. That's an outside pick. That's an off-meta pick. And if he can get this done, Frank, it's going to be a huge feather in his cap.
Yeah, I mean, we just saw an off-meta domination with Rob Font. Do we have more of the same coming with Diego Lopez? As both guys meet in the center, they touch gloves, and we are getting right to it. A nice duck from Topuria as he tries to find his own offense. And that's 2 slips and 2 exchanges, guys. Just something to keep an eye on. 3, excuse me, sorry. I always notice, whenever you get a lot of counters, because that can set up just that lightning strike KO, like we've been seeing right there with that big head kick, trying to get things done. This is all Topuria so far right now, guys.
Yeah, and this is a pretty fast pace. He's playing Topuria really well, walking him down, moving his head, keeping him against the cage, and he's doing a really good job. And and the exchange there, he's got to be careful. Diego Lopez does have a lot of power in his hands as well. Topuria is one of the biggest power punches. Oh, and he lands a big pull straight. And he goes for a takedown here. Can he get it? No. Good denial. We saw Charlie did struggle with the wrestling a lot in his last fight. And that might be smart for Calm Chaos. And he goes again. Good takedown defense from Charlie here. He's really improved his takedown defense from the last fight. What are your thoughts on this matchup so far, Zayef?
Well, what we're seeing right now, it's really hard to shoot takedowns in this game when you're on the back foot, when the other guy is controlling a pace, when he's the one hitting you, when he's the one punching your body. Calm Chaos is only throwing to the head, and Charlie is noticing that he's slipping and he's ripping. That makes it really, really hard to time takedowns. Calm Chaos needs to get on the front foot. He needs to establish respect. Charlie has no respect for him right now, Frank. He's just walking him down.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like that is evidence. He just took his first back step, it feels like. He's stepping out of range, but then just getting right back in, and like you had said, walking him down. But right now, Lopez is landing some good shots. Calm Chaos is trying to get some of that respect. And it looks like it might be working because Charlie doesn't seem to just be marching forward at the moment.
Looks like Calm Chaos is starting to find a rhythm here. He won like 2. Oh, and he gets dropped at the mention that. And that's where you have to be careful with Topuria. You could have a head health advantage. You could be stunning him. And then, bam, one shot changes the fight. And Topuria pressing him on here. We could be close to seeing a finish.
It could be much closer than we thought to seeing a finish here, Zayef, as we're seeing Charlie starting to slip in the pocket. And Lopez does not have the head health to hang out there.
No, he does not, and Topuria now has flow state. If Calm Chaos backs himself onto the fence, Charlie XCX pops flow state, he has the same tiger that Cody Garbrandt has. Those hooks are going to be monstrous. I would absolutely like to see Charlie take a second, back him up to the cage, pop flow state, and I just think go ham. Because Calm Chaos cannot get this takedown, Drake.
Yeah, and Charlie's really improved his takedown defense from the last fight. It looks like he's going to be able to break the Drake curse tonight. Being able to bounce back after 3 losses, and he looks so much more improved there, defending all the takedowns, picking the right shots with Ilya Topuria, and he's looking very impressive here. He definitely sealed this round with that knockdown, but these guys are not content to just rest on their laurels. They're going to keep on trading until this round is over.
Yeah, now we see Calm Chaos also has that flow state, but here with 10 seconds left in the first round, look at the difference in stamina bars right now, guys. I don't think this bodes well for Calm Chaos going forward in this fight.
It doesn't, and it's because we see here he went 0 for 6 on takedowns. He's not working the body. He's not setting up his takedowns because he's just getting walked back. And crucially, what I want you to notice, and for the viewers to notice, he is not throwing any uppercuts. He has not thrown one uppercut in that round. So Charlie 18X can just duck right under, right? He's throwing the 1-2-3 or the 1-4-3. And there's no uppercuts. So Charlie 18X just walks in, ducks, hits him in the head. That's the plan right now, Frank, and it's working.
Yeah, definitely. Like you had said, he needs to mix up some uppercuts. What are some other things he could throw in there to just kind of try and throw off Charlie's timing, Drake?
Perhaps starting with the straight a little bit more, just switching off the hinge or starting with like a straight lead uppercut. But he's going to have to find a read on Topuria, perhaps a pull counter. Because right now he's at a big stamina disadvantage. He lands a big shot there, and the head hold is not a big deficit. Calm Chaos could, with one good trade, one right read, get himself back into this fight. But he's gonna have to be. Oh, and he lands a beautiful pull straight and into a lead uppercut. That was good right there. This is what he needs to do more of. And as you can see, he's really changing the rhythm here. He's putting Topuria on the back foot now instead of letting himself get walked down like he did, and looking to set up that low single, but he can't establish it there.
Also doing a much better job this round of mixing things up and going to the body. He also threw a couple of those uppercuts early in the round, Zayev, so maybe he hurt you. And a nice two hooks drop Topuria. He's got my brain scrambled. Two hooks drop Topuria. Now we got to fight again, fellas. Lopez is putting the pressure on. He's cutting off the cage. He's staying right in front of him. Nice body kick right there as Charlie's trying to fight back, but gets rocked once again by an uppercut.
You know, they say the best takedown is a right hand, or in this case, a left hand. And he's got him on the back foot, just throwing shot after shot. But watch that stamina. This is a brawl and a half now, Drake.
Man, Calm Chaos really took that round and made some adjustments, because instead of getting walked down, he started putting the pressure on Topuria, and Charlie's having a hard time responding as he gets hit by a pull straight. Oh, he lands an uppercut. Oh, Diego Lopez is out. What a fight. What an exchange. Great matchup.
And that felt like a Topuria fight for real, right? Because it seemed like he was starting to get in hot water and then bam, left hand. Because, I mean, Calm Chaos did really start to find his rhythm in that second round, guys. He changed up the game plan. He was getting some great offense in. And then, yeah, I mean, Charlie just turned it around, found that counter. But I was really, really liking what I was seeing from Calm Chaos right there. It just seemed like he broke up his own rhythm whenever he went in for that takedown. Would you agree with that, Zayev?
Oh, I would. And the reality is, things were working for him. He was putting on the pressure. He was doing a great job. And then he shot. And it's like, I get it. You saw that Charlie has a weakness to wrestling, as Drake pointed out. You saw that maybe if you get him to the ground, you'll do well. But you're doing well on the feet. And once he couldn't get that takedown, he panicked. He threw like 9 strikes in a row, got dropped, got block countered. Wasn't able to get it done. But great performance from really both of these men, Drake.
Yeah, big congrats to Charlie, breaking the trade curse, getting himself a win after coming off of 3 losses. And I think with Calm Chaos, he took a little bit too long to make the adjustments there. He took way too much damage in round 1 before he decided to start going forward. And then it was just too much there, because Topuria, one shot could put you to sleep, and that's what we saw there. But that was a really good fight. Calm Chaos, that was his debut. Looking forward to seeing him come back and, you know, put on some more good fights, because that was a very entertaining matchup.
Yeah, for sure. Love to see, you know, exciting matchups like that. Can't wait to see what both guys have in store for us next. Real quick, before we get into the next fight, let's take a quick 30 seconds and just learn a little bit more about the August Apex.
Every champion started as an unknown. Every legend earned their place. This isn't ranked. This isn't casual. This is where reputations are built.
That's right, folks. The UFC 6 August Apex. It is going to be August the 16th for $2,000, guys. $2,000 on the line. There are going to be 2 major ways to enter. You can join one of the creator qualifiers. That's going to be one of the 5 tournaments hosted by some of our fantastic UFC 6 content creators. We've got a tournament by Prioxis, one by Goat 1099, one by Romero, one by Bruce Lee Rob, and one by Crooks. And then also we've got the ESFLQ qualifiers through our Discord. If you want to learn more about that, join the link, join our Discord, come see what's up, figure everything out, guys. And yeah, with that said, let's get back into it. We are going on to our 5th fight, right, guys? Yeah, 5th fight. It's going to be AFC Neve versus Harris on this one.
Yeah, and both guys, again, making the ESFL debut. This one of the exciting things about this card. A lot of guys getting their opportunities. I have fought AFC Neve before in a tourney. He's a really solid player, very aggressive, likes to mix into wrestling. I'm not familiar with Harris, so I'm looking forward to seeing how he does. What are your thoughts on this matchup, Zayev?
I think it's incredibly exciting. Once again, having these new guys, this new blood, you never know what they're gonna bring. They're at light heavyweight, which is very interesting. We don't see the heavier weight classes in the ESFL as often, and it tells me maybe these guys are gonna go for a slower, more strategic pace, especially as we see Harris hovering over the John Jones pick. I love this. I really do love this. Level 10, John Jones. Level 17, Jan Blachowicz. These guys are really familiar with their picks, and that tells me it's going to be a great fight, Frank.
For sure. Both these guys are using fighters that they're comfortable with. I assume that they both know exactly what they're doing and what they want to do. I'm just curious to see what the game plan is from both guys, because as we know, John Jones can do everything. As both guys start with the leg kick. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, John has incredible wrestling. That's his superpower. And he's also got some good kickboxing as well. Jan Blachowicz, however, he can also do it all himself. He's got incredible... Oh, big overhand lands early. He's got good kicks himself as he lands the leg kick there. And he can also wrestle too. And I think this fight being a 3-rounder is really going to favor Jan Blachowicz because he's got more power and he can really put it on John Jones. But right now, Harris is doing some good jobs with these mix-ups here, really mixing it up to the legs, to the body.
Oh, beautiful trip and a better up kick to stop Neve from putting on any more pressure. As we see, he's doing a good job with Blachowicz, just walking forward and keeping things in front of him, but it didn't take long for Harris to get that first John Jones takedown. As you mentioned, wrestling is Jones' superpower.
And I like how he started with the kickboxing and the striking, and then made him think like, okay, we're just gonna strike a bit, and then he goes for a takedown. As he takes full mount there, beautiful transition there to get the full mount, and he's raining down big ground. Oh, and a big elbow. John Jones got some of the most nasty elbows in the game, and he's got that flow state ready. If he pops out flow state and lands an elbow, this could be over. More ground and pound here.
This is it.
Oh,
yeah,
big
I was
knockout.
gonna say, this is looking like prime Jones. Just take him down and then do what you want. I mean, that was a dominant performance. You know, it seemed like as soon as Blachowicz was getting any kind of momentum, Jones took him down, and that was that. It was wraps from that point.
Incredibly complete performance there from Harris. I mean, he showed some decent striking, and then once he got him to the ground, it was wraps. He knew what the game plan was, and we don't really see a lot of people finish on the ground with ground and pound as efficient as he did there. He knew that the elbows of John Jones were some of his deadliest weapons, and he landed 2 elbows following some big ground and pound, and that was all she wrote.
Yeah, no, as soon as you see them Jones elbows coming down from mount, like, you can kind of start writing the ending right there, right? There's not much that can be done in that situation. And yeah, no, fantastic work right there by Harris to come out and really put a stamp on that. I believe was his ESFL debut, correct?
Absolutely was. And, you know, there's something also so incredibly impressive because I just looked. Neve chose the weight class. So Harris said, you want light heavyweight? I'm going to give you my John Jones. I get first pick. I get John Jones. He said, it doesn't matter where you take me. I know my game plan. I'm going to take you down, and I'm just going to smash you on the ground. So incredibly impressive to do that for an ESFL debut where there's so many nerves, so much going on. Really great, Drake.
Yeah, I mean, Harris looked very composed, didn't struggle one bit, and yeah, like you said, very, very complete performance. Did not look nervous at all, and Neve will be back. Maybe he was feeling those jitters a little bit more. Maybe he felt like he needed to go light heavyweight to, you know, make up for something. But yeah, really looking forward to seeing Neve back as well, and good on Harris. Big win.
Definitely. Fantastic debut from Harris. And like you had said, Neve will be back. Can't wait to see what they do in their next fight. Our next fight is going to be EK Suspect versus Q. Both these guys, we're getting out of the debuts now, fellas, and we're getting back into more established and returning competitors, because EK Suspect is a former ESFL Xbox champ from all the way back in UFC 3. Sayaf, what are some of the transitions that you need to make from game to game, and then if you skip 3 games, then jump back in?
My goodness, you have to make so many adjustments. Now, the nice thing for Suspect, the grappling system at its core is the same. They've added new things, getting takedowns is different, but once you're on the ground, Suspect is going to be able to show his dominance. But the difference is, UFC 3, UFC 4, even UFC 5, it didn't matter who you picked, you could kind of just use everybody the same way, right? You know, in UFC 3, it was use the Captain America block and just circle away and jab, feint, body straight. UFC 4, it was all about pressure, block breaking, you know, but now UFC 6, it changes. It depends who you use, and that's what's going to make this so interesting. Is Suspect going to play like it's UFC 3, UFC 4, UFC 5, or is he going to make the reads, make the adaptations, make the adjustments for this Tony Ferguson-Habib fight, Drake?
Yeah, so Suspect did look really good in his last fight. He fought Jody BJJ. I know how good Jody is, and he kind of just walked him down with TJ Dillashaw, showing no respect. And Caillou, this is only his second fight in the ESFL, and he's getting a former champion, someone who's really experienced. So can Caillou rise to the occasion, or will the veteran be able to show his experience here?
Yeah, we're gonna see, and it looks like a very exciting fight, or at least at one point in time, right? One of the most anticipated fights that we never got. Tony.
It's an incredibly exciting matchup. You know, Tony Ferguson off his back, on top, with the elbows, with the unorthodox striking, and Khabib dominant, incredible pressure, great wrestling. He's got great hands in this game. Frank, we're gonna see a barn burner.
Let's get to it. Both guys touch gloves in the middle, and we are off. And we see that that very orthodox Khabib overhand, right? Just out of a textbook.
Khabib's got some really unique animations. Oh, and he has a big hook, as I was saying that. He's got some really unique animations in this game. He's got some really awkward timing and really fast hook animations, fast overhand animations. And Tony, however, though, he can do it all. He's got some, you know, he's got a high-level switch stance. He's got a really good kicks. He's got an incredible jab. And, of course, he's got a really amazing jiu-jitsu game.
Yeah, absolutely. Striking right now. He's trying to take advantage of all the different unorthodox, crazy angles that Tony Ferguson did. I personally would like to see him hitting some of those switch stances and getting some, you know, open kicks to, or some body kicks to that open side. What do you think, Zayed?
Well, it looks like right now these two are boxing. The big thing about Khabib, he has crazy power in this game. He has, I believe, 94 punch power and really great move levels. He hits like a freaking truck. So if you're not careful, if you throw a kick in the wrong range, you're going to get clobbered. You're just going to get destroyed. So Suspect is trying to stay in the boxing range right now, and these two are just mixing it up in the pocket, Drake.
And Tony Ferguson, I believe he is actually up right now with damage. He's landed a few really good uppercuts that's really hurt Khabib. And I'm really surprised Khabib hasn't shot in yet. I mean, perhaps... Oh, as I say that, and he gets a big power takedown. As I was saying it, let's see what kind of work he can do here. Because if he gets into a top position like full mount, we saw how deadly full mount can be here. Oh, beautiful full guard sweep. And he goes for a rubber guard. Let's see what he can do with this.
Yeah, Tony Ferguson from the bottom is he's just as dangerous on bottom as he is from the top. As he gets the denial there from the rubber guard, and he's got potential here to really oh my goodness. I was going to say chop him down with the elbows, but an even better job to get the sweep. And now he's on top in full mount, raining down his own ground and pound that Khabib is hip to. But this is a dangerous position for Caillou right now, guys.
Suspect is really looking like a veteran in this fight. He's, you know, he got taken down. He's able to reverse him. Beautiful work in the rubber guard. Now he found himself a full mount, landing big ground and pound.
This could be it. He seems, it seemed like he was getting countered a lot with the hooks. So then he just started going to the straight punches because it seemed like that's what Caillou was waiting on. But man, some good ground and pound there. I think another flurry like that, we might be moving on to the next one, boys.
Might be, but I want to point out, Suspect, for some reason, they don't have the flow state visuals on, but Suspect activated the Tony Ferguson flow state while he was ground and pounding. Tony Ferguson's flow state stops him from taking damage. He doesn't do more damage. Khabib does more damage on top with flow state. That's the thing you need to look out for, Drake, is that anvil flow state. If Khabib gets on top, like you said in mount, pops flow state, he can end it in one.
Yeah, interesting move there from Suspect to use the flow state. I don't know if that was an accident or what, because you kind of want to save that for the anvil, because one anvil and the fight could be over as Khabib gets on top there. But big round from Suspect. He showed very well-rounded game. He was winning on the feet, he was winning on the ground, and Caillou, he's behind right now. He's going to have to make some big adjustments here.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely behind, but we still got 2 rounds. And if he can get some good top pressure with Khabib here in this second round, obviously that can change the entire complexion of the fight. Because, you know, when Khabib is working, you're able to get a ton of damage off with those ground strikes. And also, you could probably do a lot of good work on that stamina bar. However, Tony Ferguson doesn't get tired. So we'll just see which moves first, which cracks first, right?
Well, and the big thing here is, oh my goodness, as he gets a big rock, oh, now they're trading in the pocket. But even if Caillou gets Suspect down, The problem is, Suspect is a veteran grappler. He's been playing this game since what, UFC 1, UFC 2? He knows the system in and out, and that's what we saw there. Even if Caillou gets him down, he's not going to be able to do anything to him. His best bet is in these exchanges on the feet, because Suspect's getting a little wild, a little reckless on his defense, but he's landing good shots here, Drake.
Yeah, oh, and a big uppercut there. This is what Caillou needs. And although Suspect does have a lot more experience with the grappling, Khabib is kind of like a ground version of... Oh, big slip uppercut there! Oh,
it seems like every time... Go ahead.
I was going to say, Khabib is kind of like a ground version of Alex Pereira, where like one flow state from top mount or even backside could end the fight right there.
Definitely. And that's just an extremely dangerous position to be in. Right now, Suspect is doing a good job of just staying completely out of danger, but it feels like every time he starts to get his own flow going right there, it seems like Khabib hits him with something big, but a nice head kick right there stops a bit of the offense from Caillou.
You know, Caillou and Suspect right now, the game they're playing is which of us has better mix-ups. They're both going body head, and the question is which one of them just knows this game better. It's not a question of who's reading the other. They're not reading the other. They're just saying, I'm going to throw my combination, you're going to throw your combination. Let's find out who's better with the combinations right now, Drake.
Right, and I think this kind of fight is gonna favor Tony Ferguson with those health stats and that flow state as well. That's gonna keep him from taking a lot of damage on the feed. But right now, like you said, they're both just kind of throwing, and we're waiting for a big moment here. And these guys are just trading in the pocket right now.
Yeah, a lot of big exchanges, but like you both are saying, there's a lot of your turn, my turn in this action, right? So Khabib just threw, and now Tony's gonna throw. Now Khabib's gonna throw a takedown. Okay, so that's a nice. That's a great change up right there. And then, yeah, like you had said, that flow state running out now. So it might have been a bit wasted because he didn't really get anything out of that, I don't think. You know, he wasn't really taking damage. So do you think that was a mistake or just a calculated thing and I'm bad at math?
So it looks like he was trying to use it on the feet to perhaps just press forward a little bit more. And then Caillou, in response, shot that takedown there to just stop him from, doing anything with that flow state. And right now, Suspect just out-grappling him every time they get to the ground. He's just showing, some really good reversals, some really good IQ in the grappling.
Go for the
oh, my.
He's only got 9 seconds here. Can he wrap it up? Oh, Caillou. Oh, made a mistake. They're trying to move.
Not enough time, but you got to think Caillou's going to be thinking about that one going into. I love that they got to complete the animation. But yeah, you got to think that might be something that's in Caillou's head going into round 3. Both guys are very evenly matched on the feet, but it seems like as soon as the fight goes to the ground, Suspect's got a bit of an advantage, which is interesting because he's the one playing Tony and not Khabib.
But that was a really close round there. Both guys landed almost the same strikes, but Caillou did get 2 stuns. I wonder if the judges will favor those stuns. It could potentially be 1-1 here heading into this last round. So this is going to be a really crucial round in this fight. Can Caillou, second fight in the ESFL, beat a former champion? Or will Suspect show him why he's a veteran and former champion?
Well, you have to treat it like it's 1-1. Even if Suspect might be up 2-0, what if he's not? What if the judges said, no, Caillou got the rocks, he did the damage, it's 1-1, and then Caillou just steals round 3 because Suspect coasts. That's exactly how you don't want to play it. Frank, I think both of these men have to go all out during this last round.
Absolutely, and it looks like Caillou is doing exactly that with the head kick followed by the hook and the uppercut. And now Suspect has got to figure out what he can put on Caillou to really get some of that respect and stop him marching forward like this. Because right now, it seems like Caillou is on the front foot. He's a bit more aggressive, but that head kick might stop some of that. Gets the uppercut right into the duck. And so you got to wonder, right, like how much that block is going to be able to withstand going forward. Because it seems like big hooks like that and uppercuts are taking a lot of that block health. Not much head health left there for Caillou. Both these guys are really just getting to it here in the last round. 3.5 minutes left.
Yeah, and I definitely agree with Zaya. If you want to assume you're down, because that's going to make you fight with a little bit more urgency. And I think Suspect, after that big rock, he's definitely in control of this 3rd round. And let's see if he can keep it on him or if he makes a mistake, because one uppercut, one head kick can really change the fight here. But right now, Suspect is firmly ahead. Will he keep it on the feet, or will he choose to take it to the ground?
Well, Suspect has started to make a really great read. If you notice, he feints the shot, and now he's in flow state. That hook does nothing to him. So he fakes the shot, and then he slips Caillou's return counter. He's noticing Caillou is trying to uppercut him on the body shots, and then he's trying to throw head kicks. He's implementing head movement. Caillou has not made any kind of read to adjust to that, and that's why Suspect is ahead. 2 minutes left, and you gotta think that Caillou's losing this fight, Frank.
Yeah, right now it looks like he is. He's just got to bite down on the mouthpiece and try and make something happen. I don't think there's enough time for him to make anything happen on the ground. But oh my goodness, if he keeps getting his ribs tickled, we ain't got to talk about that. We ain't got to worry about it because goodness, Caillou is down and we got Ferguson raining down blows trying to finish this fight here, Drake.
And that's that read that Zayat mentioned. He was able to just fake a strike, slip, and land that uppercut. That's the second time he did that in this round. And in that second round, both guys were kind of just throwing. And then Suspect, veteran move, makes that read, makes that adjustment, and is able to really pull away here as he slams it back down to the mat. And he's going to look for a signature Tony Ferguson Darce choke. We saw Caillou kind of move early. Let's see, is his sub defense there?
He's going to race it to back flat. He's going to get... No! Khabib pulls over, but straight over to north-south. Beautiful, beautiful move. Khabib did not have enough stamina. Suspect's going to ride this one out to a decision, Drake. Beautiful performance.
Good. Very mature performance from Suspect, showing why he's the former champion, showing why he's a veteran here. He was able to out-grapple him, out-strike him, really, making those reads. And I think Caillou, this is a fight where he's going to learn a lot from. And Suspect just showing a more complete game.
Yeah, for sure. I was about to say maybe he gets the takedown to, make himself feel a little better at the end of the fight there. But you got to think that's going to be a decision victory for Suspect. But again, Caillou showed great chops. It just seemed like Suspect did the better job of not getting rattled, keeping his composure, and just sticking with what worked. Zayat, you had mentioned it. He made the read first, was able to feint those body shots, draw out that uppercut, and then slip it into, the finishing sequence there. Great overall, all-around fight from Suspect.
Here's the judges.
29-28. The winner by
29-28. It was 1-1 heading into that last round.
Yep.
Very, very impressive from Suspect, the former UFC 3 champion, showing that the old guy still got it. Personally, as a UFC 4 champion, as somebody that was competitive in that era, I'm in support of this. I want to say the old guy still got it. I was the young prodigy. I'm maybe not so young anymore. But great performance, Frank.
Zayat, aren't you like 12? What are you talking about, the old man? Stop it. Get out of here. But yeah, no, from an experience standpoint, for sure, Suspect showing that, yeah, he still got it. The old dog still got some new tricks, and they will step into a new arena and really put a stamp on his UFC 6 debut here, Drake.
Yeah, and Suspect, it looks like he has no problem adapting to that game. He's making reads, hitting the body, hitting the head. Showed a very complete game in the grappling. And yeah, Suspect win over Jody BJJ and now beating Caillou in a very, very impressive performance. I'm looking forward to seeing what's next for EK Suspect.
Definitely. My apologies, that was not his debut. I misspoke. Sorry about that. But yeah, either way, great performance from Suspect. I mean, throwing the dust off, right? Showing that it's still there. And can't wait to see what he's got coming for us as he moves forward. And now we've got, let's see, our next fight coming up is going to be TK Cryptic versus Caliber. We've got two very heavy hitters coming into this fight here, Drake.
Yeah, Caliber versus Cryptic. Yeah, both guys, again, these guys aren't making their debuts. They're both ESFL veterans. They both fought in the ESFL. Cryptic actually has a win over Suave Jamie, who's a former champion. Ooh. Anytime you can beat Jamie, that's a big feather in his cap. And Caliber here, he's been in he's had a tough last three, but his last fight was against Papadoc. He was in there against a veteran like Papadoc. He's going to get that rub, although it was a very tough fight for him. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how these guys clash. What are your thoughts on this matchup, Zayat?
I'm very interested in this matchup. These are guys that have been around for a while. And as the WTC odds show us, it's a very close fight. 58% for Caliber, 42% for Cryptic. I mean, it's anyone's game. You know, and that's the great thing about fights between veterans like this. You don't know how it's going to go, and I love these hits. Pyotr Yan, TJ Dillashaw. Frank, what do you make of this?
Man, I feel like they are going to get into a phone booth and get to it. If you blink, you're going to miss it because both these guys have extreme speed and extreme power, and I cannot wait to see how they mix it up here in the octagon, Drake.
Absolutely, and this is really a dream match, like you mentioned, and they're fairly even in stats. TJ Dillashaw does have, I believe, better footwork, slightly better switch stance, but Pyotr Yan just got some really tight boxing. How would you approach this matchup, Zayev?
You know, if I'm Cryptix, I'm doing exactly what he's doing here. Stick and move. Stay on the outside, throw the body kicks, and really force Caliber to come into my own range. Caliber, on the other hand, needs to stay patient. Kick the body, use that Yan switch stance. Yan in real life really likes to switch and be in the open stance so that he can use the body kick straight to the open side. I would love to see him use that in this matchup and really make it like a methodical fight, because right now Cryptix wants to make it high pace, high pressure, and he's doing a better job of getting the shots off, Frank.
Yeah, absolutely. You would think, right, in a situation like this, at the very least, you want to switch stances to give him something else to think about, something else to look at. Cryptix is doing a fantastic job of that right now. He's an orthodox, he's in southpaw, he's mixing it to the head, he's mixing it to the body. Yan Caliber is trying to figure out his rhythm, get some good leg kicks in there, but he's got to figure out what he's got to do to, you know, solve this puzzle. Like you had mentioned, I would like to see him try and slow things down, but it doesn't look like Cryptix is going to give him the opportunity for that, Drake.
Yeah, and you know, Pyotr Yan is a very slow starter in real life, and something that I like that Caliber's doing is he's just throwing a lot of leg kicks out there, trying to disrupt that rhythm and break up the footwork of TJ Dillashaw. But he's gonna a nice body kick there, and he's just really trying to take his time, make the reads. But he's gonna have to do that without trying to take too much damage.
Well, I like what he just did there. If you saw, very subtle. Soon as Cryptix got into range, it was a clinch and a hook. And that's going to allow him to, you know, really slow down the pace. If Cryptix knows, hey, every time this guy gets into range, or every time I get into range, this guy's going to clinch me, he's going to double leg me, he's going to hit me to the body, that's going to make him more hesitant, make him a little less, you know, willing to just run into the pace right now. But, I mean, Cryptix is just stepping on the gas.
100%, man. He is redlining this thing. He's taking all forward steps. He's trying to tickle the body of Yan a little bit to, you know, even out any stamina that he may be burning. Yan's doing a good job trying to mix things up, but right now, Cryptix is just a step ahead right now at this current point in the fight.
Yeah, and you know, Pyotr Yan's a boxer. He's got really good hands, and Cryptix is making it really hard for him to ever just plant his feet because he's just using so much footwork, always in and out. As he gets caught there with a big head kick. Oh, and there's the Yan boxing.
Yeah,
and that was a
big left hooks there.
Yeah, that was a really good job from Cryptix, cutting him off with that lead head kick and then setting up the hands afterwards. That was perhaps the biggest moment in this round here, and what has been a really close round.
It's been very close, but getting a stun like that, getting big damage, that can tilt it in your favor. Cryptix was doing great work, but what he's also doing is throwing mostly pitter-patter shots. He's saying, I'm going to jab you here, and then I'm going to give you a quick body kick there, body straight there, leg kick there. These aren't big shots. And if Yan is throwing bigger shots, he's going to land the bigger shots, and that may be the thing that tilts the fight in his favor, Frank.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, if you're sitting there trying to give somebody 1,000 paper cuts and they hit you with a hammer, you know, one's got a bit more of effectiveness than the other. But we're gonna see what exactly we're gonna get from Cryptix going forward, because Yan's landing a lot of big hooks in the pocket as he gets a straight and a head kick right there. Cryptix seems like he's having a bit of a struggle right here in the start of this second round as he gets caught by the takedown. Beautiful timing to mix things up with this fight here, Drake.
Yeah, and that's what he needs there. Just something, just to get TJ thinking about the wrestling a little bit more. Doesn't even need to do too much with this, just to like get him to drop his hands a little bit more and worry about the takedown threat, because he's able to secure side control here. Let's see what he can do with it. He also has to be careful not wasting too much stamina on the ground.
Good work by Cryptix to get up back to the feet. I don't like that he disengaged right away. The way you deal with a wrestler is you tell them, if you wrestle me, you're going to get put on your back. I would have liked to have seen Cryptix actually shoot his own takedown, because then
Oh,
it gives Caliber something to think about. But beautiful drop. Maybe he doesn't need it.
I was gonna say, what'd you say earlier? The best takedown is the right hand.
Yeah, Cryptix now just mixing it up really well, going to the body, going to the head, and that stamina advantage is really starting to pay dividends as he's starting to deal damage to the head. Good spinning kick there, but didn't really do too much damage. And TJ just starting to flow on him here.
Yeah, TJ looks like he's really getting this thing figured out right now, Zayev.
Well, what we're seeing now is Caliber's big shots are coming back to bite him, because Crypt is saying, if everything you throw is big, you're never going to be able to bait me into an exchange. You need me to exchange with you. If you want to catch me with big shots, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to throw first, or I'm going to throw second, and then I'm going to get myself out of there. That's what Cryptix is doing so beautifully. He just throws, and then he's out of the pocket, and he throws, and he's out of the pocket. Look, just disengages right there, Drake.
Yeah, and Cryptix, I mean, Caliber, Peter Yan, he's having a really hard time dealing with that in and out movement. Oh, and he gets dropped again. And yeah, TJ, oh, big!
Oh my
big
goodness!
There. Oh, shades of Anderson Silva looking for the finisher. He's got knee on belly.
He might get it.
Oh,
there
and
it
that's
is.
it. Big knockout from TJ Dillashaw. What a performance from TK Cryptix.
Yeah, holy smokes. TK Cryptix in that second round just came out in a flow state for sure. He also did activate his flow state and got some good damage off with it. But, I mean, TJ was just, he was all over the place. He was switching his stances. He was getting shots to the body, to the head, to the legs. I feel like he did a great job attacking all three levels and really just taking control of this fight wherever it went. We saw that one brief moment where Jan went into the clinch, but outside of that, man, I feel like this fight was just all TJ the entire time. Do you agree with that, Zayev?
I actually don't, and let me tell you why. Okay. Jan might have taken the first round, and that's what's so interesting. We saw him get that big stun. We saw him doing well with the big shots early, but Cryptix, this is what separates good players from great players. He saw that, and he said, let me not come out in round 2 and just do the same thing. He said, I'm going to make an adjustment, I'm going to change. He started doing that in and out movement, and I mean, once he did that, Caliber could not make the adjustment, had nothing for him, Drake.
Yeah, Caliber, he looked a little bit stuck in the mud there, wasn't able to make the reads, and Cryptix, he was doing a really good job being in and out, hitting the body, hitting the legs, looked really good off his back too, got taken down once, was able to get right back up to his feet, and was able to punish him and just, you know, let his hands go, and really mature performance from Cryptic. He was really able to pick his spots there. He never really overextended too much. He never really got himself out of position. Just tap, tap, and then when the moment was right, that's when he would throw a big 3-piece, 4-piece to the head. And that was a really mature performance from Cryptic. He's a veteran, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's next for him.
Absolutely. You know, Cryptic is always going to show up ready to put on a show. Like we had mentioned, the in and out movement was the key right there, right? He was either all the way in or all the way out, and that was the difference in that fight. So shout out to TK Cryptix. Congratulations to him. Can't wait to see your next fight. Our next fight is going to be K1 Cook versus JC21. This is basically a pick'em fight here, fellas. I mean, you look at the odds. We got 49% versus 51%. These guys are very, very evenly matched.
Yeah, K1 Cook, representing the K1 camp, the camp that I'm from as well. And K1 was really one of the most dominant camps in UFC 5 and the ESFL. We had, you know, a card where like over 5 or 6 people got wins. And he's going up against JC, who's the youngest former ESFL champion. JC just beat EK Suspect. We saw how good EK Suspect is. And this is going to be a good matchup. What are your thoughts on this one, Zayev?
I'm very interested. You know, JC21, youngest ESFL champ in history. He's an incredible player. He's so dynamic, so interesting. He was the protege of Suave Jamie. And if you know Suave Jamie, you know that's very interesting. You know that's going to tell you JC21 is going to be a great striker. And he has great ground game, which he might need going against an Islam Makhachev, Frank.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, because right there, immediately Makhachev takes this thing to the ground. Hopefully, you know, JC is able to get up, but K1 Cook knew what his game plan was in the beginning, and right now he is starting to execute it as he gets into full mount.
And K1 Cook is one of the best players in South Africa, probably the best, and this is what he's known for. He's known for getting into the ground, getting these dominant ground and pound positions, and that's exactly what you want to do against a Carlos Prates, who has a fairly good advantage on the feet. Oh, big get up there from JC. Let's see what he can do standing up. Yeah, that was huge. K1 Cook was able to give up full mount. He had him there early, but wasn't able to do much there.
Oh, like you had said, now we're gonna see what the striking of Carlos Prates is about. But goodness gracious, Makhachev is just right there every time Prates throws anything. It's like he's got an uppercut just glued to his chin.
Well, look, K1 Cooked right now is implementing the wrestler game plan. Walk him down. Do not let him get comfortable. Do not let him, start styling and throwing his teeps. Make it a dirty fight. Shoot constantly. Throw constantly. Get him on his back. This is going to be a real problem for Carlos Prates, who does not have the absolute best stats off of his back.
Yeah, I mean, right now, just it's one-way traffic because Cooked is just, as soon as Prates starts to try and get anything done, like you had mentioned, Zayef, he's just doing the wrestler game plan and walking him down. If you're in this position, Drake, what are you doing to try and get some of this pressure off you?
From Carlos Prates, I mean, he's taking big ground and pound here. That was really smart. That was really smart there to go to back mount because he can mitigate a lot of damage here. He has a slight stamina advantage, so big elbows there. I don't know how wise that was. I would have liked to see him stay in back mount there and just try to stall out this round or perhaps go for a get up. He's taking big ground and pound.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
this fight could be over early.
Islam is looking more like Habib here, right? This is how you fight with Habib. You get him in mount and you just beat his head in. But Cooked already has flow state, right? He can already start going for submissions. He seems content to just beat JC's head in. But if JC starts to try to move too much, he can get subbed because that checkmate might even one-tap him, Drake.
Absolutely, and we could be looking at what could be a 10-8 round here. I mean, I can't recall Prates landing any strikes so far. I mean, he's gotten outstruck on the feet, and then just the numbers are just going to be incredibly biased towards K1 Cook in this round.
Yeah, because right now Makhachev is just keeping this thing exactly where he wants it. He's staying in full mount. He's getting these little pepper shots, and even if he's not doing a ton of damage, Prates is doing nothing on the judges' scorecards. I mean, JC is a fantastic fighter. We're going to see, what steps and what he tries to do in round 2. But like you had mentioned, Drake, that might be a 10-8 round right there.
Yeah, dominant round from K1 Cooked and Islam Makhachev, and he does need to be a little bit mindful because he put himself at a stamina disadvantage from just beating the hell out of him. But he did. The good thing about blowing that stamina is now he has a big head health lead, and we saw he was able to outstrike him early on because of that grappling threat. Let's see how this round plays out.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, sorry, go ahead, Zay.
It's very interesting because Islam has hands. I mean, he can really strike on this game. And the problem JC's going to have now is that he's going to start losing exchanges. That's his big advantage, right? We have seen he's not going to be able to handle K1 Cook's top game. He has to do better damage on the feet. But if he can't do that, it's going to be a tough night Frank gets put on his back.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, getting taken down within a minute of any round is not what you want to do. But, you got to think maybe he's got a chance because he gets in the sprawl right here. If he's able to get things up, there's still plenty of time in this round to try and make a comeback, try and start mounting some momentum. But, at the moment, it looks like it's just continuing to be K1 Cook's show. He's just keeping this thing on the ground and just tenderizing those ribs, Drake.
And Cook is, he's fighting the perfect fight right now. He's able to just hold him down, outstrike him on the feet, and if he can get another round in the bag here, that'd be 2-0 K1 Cook. But Cook is a finisher. He does like to go for finishes. He's not really much of a point fighter. But Prates, he's got full guard here. He can mitigate a lot of damage here. He needs to go for a get up and just start unloading on the feet and just going for big round strikes like uppercuts and hooks.
Good denial, gonna look for a flip here. Now, this is where it gets interesting. If JC21 can, just as we said before, grapple the grappler, if you can get the wrestling going, then maybe, but he gets right back up. Let's see if this works out for him, Frank.
We'll see. He's staying right on top of Makhachev. I don't know if I necessarily like that because Prates has such long limbs and such, great forward strikes like that teep. But if you're right in front of him, he's just going to grab that ankle, and here we are.
Yeah,
right
and
back down.
I think it's a range issue on the feet too, because he's kind of fighting at this, range where, Islam can still shoot on you. He's got to be able to stifle him a little bit more, because I do believe Prates has more power in the pocket with those uppercuts.
Definitely. And it's a boxing meta for sure. Like, you want to just throw your hands, but you got to think if you're somebody like Protest, maybe get a little bit more range. But right now he's landing some good shots, Zayef.
He is. And this is the other thing. If Cooked gets too focused on the takedown, JC is going to steal the round. Because Cooked just, if he gets the takedown but doesn't do anything with it, judges score damage in this game. It is all about damage. And if you don't do enough damage in each round, you can find yourself behind, but you say, oh, but I got the takedown. Yeah, but did you do anything with it? Did you do anything with it? And now he's struggling to get the takedown, Drake.
Absolutely, and I think this is probably a Protest round. I've seen them land a little bit more shots to the head. Oh, big!
Yep.
Oh, that's going to seal it. Oh, big uppercut. That's what I mentioned. He made that adjustment there. He was able to find the range, get a little bit closer to him, use those hooks, use those uppercuts, and that's exactly the shots that he's been landing on him in this round.
I got to say, I appreciate JC making our job and the judge's job that much easier. You were saying, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a JC round. Oh, let me just go ahead and get this knockdown real quick just to put that stamp on it. Okay, for sure. He was really starting to find the advantage on the striking. And like you had mentioned, Zayef, he started to stuff those takedowns. That is a great sign for JC going forward. Might be something to worry about if you're Makhachev right now, Zayef.
Well, look, here's the thing. Cooked has to get this fight to the ground. I don't care if you think you can stand with him. I don't care if JC has lower head health. Get the fight to the ground. You have to control him now. And he's trying, but JC has better takedown defense now. He read it in the first round. Good block counter, but good denial from JC. It is anyone's fight, Drake.
Yeah, JC's looking a lot sharper here with the takedown defense in this round. And he looks like he's really starting to adjust to the timing and the distance here of K1 Cook. And let's see if he can pull away, because this fight is still anyone's fight right now. It's 1-1. Neither guy has had a big moment in this round as K1 shoots. And another denial from JC. That's going to tax the stamina. He hits the body right there. He shoots again. It goes for a bail. Oh, JC's takedown defense is just on point here, Frank.
I absolutely love that combo he threw after stuffing that first takedown with the body kick, the headshot, and then the body hook as well. Not only is he getting those denials, he's also trying to, really press the stamina advantage that he has. And it also looks like Makhachev's block is taking some damage, and now that turning takedown is not working at all, Zayef. JC's got the read on that. What should Cook try and do?
Well, look, here's the reality. Cook has fallen in love. Oh, beautiful shot. That's what he has to do. He fell in love with the takedown, and he said, I'm just going to shoot and shoot and shoot. You can't do that. You have to hit him first, and then you get the takedown. Cooked did exactly what he had to do, Frank.
Yeah,
yep,
and
like you said.
Yeah, sorry, Franco, but if he can just stay on top of him in this round, this is going to be a K1 Cook round. He got the stun there, was able to do some damage, and he was able to set that takedown by, he got the first 3 turning takedowns denied because he kept going up, but this time turned it down. And, beautiful get up there from Carlos Protest. Let's see if he can make something happen with it.
He's going to get dragged. Nope, on the feet. 2 minutes left for JC to work.
Defense. Yeah, beautiful takedown defense from JC, but then Kilt just right back on it. You would mention it, shooting, and shooting again. Sometimes it does get the job done. Now JC is on his back with 1:40. Is he going to be able to stand up and try and, get some of his get back to end this fight?
Not if Cook can stop him. That's what Cook is doing now. He's saying, look, this guy's really freaking good, and I can't just sit here and try to strike with him. It's just not going to work. Oh, JC going for an armbar.
Oh, nice.
If he gets this, submissions are counted as better than rocks. He's not going to get it. That's a race.
Oh, yeah. Good defense there from Cook. That was a really scary situation because, he was up and around, and if he had fumbled that armbar there, that would have definitely given JC the round, in my opinion.
Yeah, and like Zayef said, it was just a race.
But it does look as though Cook is going to take this fight. Incredibly smart game plan from him. Loved seeing the adjustments from JC. He did a great job of saying, I'm losing, I'm going to do better. But Cooked, going to try to secure this round. That's going to be all she wrote. Got to think that this one goes to K1 Cook, Drake.
Absolutely. I mean, really exciting fight, really competitive fight. One of the more high-level fights that we've seen on the card so far. Both guys, it looked like K1 Cook was just going to run through him. JC made some really good adjustments in round 2. And then round 3 was just a dogfight. Both guys just trying to get the advantage. And the K1 Cook was able to... I think JC might be mad at the results there with the takedowns. But K1 Cook gets a huge win with Islam Makhachev in a very, very back-and-forth fight.
Definitely. Hey, you can be as mad as you want to, but The one goes in the win column, all the same, right? You know, you might not have appreciated the game plan, but I feel like K1 Cook did a spectacular job of just knowing what his avenue to victory was and then continuing to drive down it. You know, JC did a good job in the second and third round of switching up and adjusting to those takedowns. Might have just been a little bit too little too late, but a very good performance by both of these guys. But K1 Cook is the one who ends up getting his hand raised this go round. We'll see what happens next time, Zaya.
Well, you know, look, the reality is JC made a very calculated risk. He went Carlos Prates. Carlos Prates, not a great anti-grappler. Does not have good submissions off his back. You know, he's fine, but he's really a striker. And JC implemented his game plan in 2, but Cook made the adjustment in 3. JC got wild, threw a head kick, Cook rocked him, took him down. Can't be mad about that. That's game plan, that's fight IQ, that's strategy.
Absolutely. I mean, K1 Cook, big win for him there, beating the former champion in JC. And, you know, K1 Cook was really on a tear in that last season of on UFC 5 on the ESFL. He was in that top 10 spot, and I think he's going to do some big things once the official season starts. Yeah, whenever that is. So look out for K1 Cook. JC also looked good there. Just took a little bit too much damage in that first round, I think. That round was really big for Cook, and it paid dividends in the last round as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Both those guys had an incredible performance. Before we get to the next one, we're just going to take a quick 30 seconds real fast and remind you guys once again about the August Apex coming up.
Every champion started as an unknown. Every legend earned their place. This isn't ranked. This isn't casual. This is where reputations are built.
That's right, folks. The UFC 6 August Apex coming up August 16th. Again, if you're interested in that, we have 5 different creator tournaments coming up. One hosted by Romero, one hosted by Crooks, one by Prioxis, one by Goat1099, and one by Bruce Lee Rob. You will have 5 opportunities for those. And if you also, if you miss those, don't get invited, whatever, you can take your other shot by joining our Discord and joining the ESFL Q Crucible. That's going to be 7 fights. 7 fights. If you win 6 of those, you get $50 immediately. No questions asked. If you have the best record after those 7 fights, you also will get a spot in that UFC 6 August Apex. August 16th, you got a chance for $2,000. Step up, man. Step up or get stepped on. So yeah, it's going to be a fantastic event. We can't wait to see you all there. Starting our next fight, we are moving on to our 10th fight of the evening. That's right, we are almost 2/3 done. We've got Cerberus taking on Sniper Phenom. What do you got for us on these guys, IF?
So, really interesting fact, this fight just happened. In the Prioxis tournament, these two played, and Cerberus was able to get the victory. Now, that doesn't mean that Cerberus is going to win today, but it tells us Sniper is coming in here with a vengeance. He wants his get back. He wants to get that fight back, but both of these guys, really, really great grapplers and really, really interesting strikers. They're both a little unorthodox. Cerberus maybe plays a little cleaner, a little more technical. Sniper, a little more wild. Let's see which one of these guys can implement their game plan and get it done, Drake.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Cerberus, he's on a huge win streak in the ESFL. He's won 4 in a row. And so is Sniper Phenom. He's won his last 3 fights. So this is 2 guys on big win streaks. Someone's gonna have to take an L here. And yeah, this is gonna be a good matchup.
Yeah, we got Makhachev versus Usman. And I find it funny, Zaya, if you said Cerberus fights more technically, Sniper's more wild. That's just kind of an interesting dichotomy of names there. But we're starting this off with a 2-piece from Cerberus and getting those hooks off in a big way to start this fight. Usman is going to try and see about a counter shot. He's just backing up right now, trying to find the timing and the range. But Cerberus gets the first takedown and lands it heavily, Drake.
Yeah, big takedown there from Cerberus. Gets on top early, and Sniper Phenom in his last fight, he was the one pressing the wrestling early on. And something Cerberus likes to do to take that away is just be the first one to shoot. And he's able to put Sniper Phenom on his back. Oh, and he goes right into full mount. Cerberus has got a very nasty ground game here. Let's see what kind of work he can do. He gets denied as he goes for the posture up there. How is this looking for Sniper Phenom, Zayev?
It's not looking good. And you see, Cerberus already building that flow state. This is such an important mechanic in UFC 6. We saw the checkmate of Islam Makhachev can put your lights out in one submission. Cerberus already going for an armbar. Here we go with the struggle, Drake. You think he's going to get this?
Risky armbar there, but Cerberus is such a vet. Perhaps he knows something. Can he get that armbar? And
That's it.
He does. He does. That was a very risky armbar there. Cerberus is a very fast-paced grappler. As you can see right there, gets an armbar within 2 minutes of the round. That was a risky one, but Cerberus, veteran grappler. He's really technical on the ground. And now Sniper Phenom is at a big disadvantage here. Oh, perhaps rushes that transition. Oh, good denial there. Good denial.
That's going to be it, Frank.
Yeah, you got to think,
Oh, no,
man.
he got it.
You got to think the sniper's hearing those saxophones louder and louder, right? Because it's looking like writing is on the wall right now. He's getting these huge ground and pound shots off. Goodness gracious. He survived that? I swear to you, I thought that fight was done. I thought it was over right there.
Cerberus looking just dominant right now. This is going to be a 10-8 for sure. He got a big submission, massive ground and pound here. Sniper Phenom, looking a little bit lost here on the ground. And Cerberus is just showing, the level of grappler that he is. It's going to take a lot for Sniper Phenom to come back here after a big round like this.
Well, and here's the other thing. We know Sniper is mostly a grappler, but even if he gets a reversal, round 2, let's say, even if he gets him on top, one thing about Cerberus, incredible ground defense. It's something he's known for. He was not able to do damage to him on the ground, and that's the difference between him and Sniper Phenom, who's taking a ton of damage, Frank.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cerberus definitely seems to know what he's doing from the ground. Right now, he is just dominating from a top position. Excuse me. Sniper Phenom is trying his best to get away from the damage, but it seems like Cerberus is just a step ahead, and he's getting some nasty shots off with this ground and pound. Like you had mentioned several times, he's already got that full flow state meter as we're winding down round 1. With the full flow state going into round 2, you got to think maybe if he's able to get this thing to the ground, he might be able to just finish this off starting off round 2, Drake.
Yeah, I mean, that was a massive round. I mean, yeah, only one significant strike from Usman, and that's definitely a 10-8 Sniper. He's at a big deficit here, man. He's going to have to really do something big. I would like to see him just pressure a little bit more. He's going to have to use his hands because Cerberus is showing that he's better on the ground. And he gets big countered.
Well, and the problem with trying to pressure and use your hand, Sniper gets a good takedown there. He's at a head health disadvantage. Islam did so much damage on the ground. Now Sniper's on top, but watch this defense. Watch the defense from Cerberus. Oh, a little bit of damage there from Sniper Phenom.
And Sniper Phenom is just so unconventional that, Cerberus, who's normally a good ground and pound defender, just gets caught off guard here. And Sniper Phenom, this is exactly what he needs. He needs to be able to be the one that's, wrestling back. He needs to be able to be the one who's on top now, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, getting some good control time here by just holding on to the back. Not able to advance into either the back flat or the choke attempt right there. Like you guys have mentioned, Cerberus is very defensively responsible on the ground. We're going to see if Sniper is able to find an opening. Able to get to the back sitting, so maybe this might be what he needs to try and get some submission damage off and maybe get some top damage if he's able to get this thing to mount.
Yeah, well, what I would like to see, Sniper needs control. He had a terrible first round. He needs to reset, get his head. Don't think, oh, I gotta get him. I gotta beat him up right now or I'm gonna lose. No, sit on him. Or he's just going to do this to you and get right back to the feet, Frank.
Yep, and now you can almost feel, right, some of the desperation from Sniper. It's like, okay, well, I tried to get him to the ground. Now he's back up. I got to figure something out. I'm saying you're starting to feel desperation. He's actually doing a very good job staying measured and composed.
Yeah, and this is, a clean round for Sniper Phenom. There's still about 2 minutes left here, and that's good for him. Just wrestling a little bit more, letting Big J know, hey, you're not going to be the only one shooting takedowns here, and that's going to keep him a lot more honest. And we're going to have to see how this fight plays out in these next 2 minutes, because right now it's still a very close round. Still could be anyone's round.
Nice clinch there to mix things up. Not quite able to get the takedown. And neither is Sniper, because that was fantastic defense from Cerberus right there. Both guys trade uppercuts, and this is getting dicey, guys. They are both in that situation where exchange in the pocket can mess things up, but Cerberus takes the cue perfectly and gets the takedown. Now he's on top and side control.
You know, it's very smart because he's saying, look, even if I'm losing this round, I can mitigate. I'm not going to take more damage, and I know that if I get sniped to the ground, I can just control him. I can ragdoll him. That's what he's doing right now. Even if he doesn't win this round, he's just doing perfect work and throwing a bunch of elbows. Nice up counter, Drake. This could be it.
This could be it here, and he does have that checkmate flow state. Remember, it's an inhale. Oh, big drain there on the fake. Oh, this is going to be it. Oh, big submission.
That's it.
Big submission from Big J is able to tap Sniper Phenom in the second round. Remember, both of these guys were on win streaks, and Big J with a dominant performance. 5 wins in a row in the ESFL. That's a big W for Big J.
For sure, and it seemed like he knew what he wanted to do from the jump and was able to do so. What did you see leading into that finish, Zayef?
What I saw is he wasn't fishing. He wasn't saying, I got to get it right now. I got to finish him right now. The finish came to him because he was patient and he waited. There were only like 15 seconds left on the round, but Sniper Phenom made the mistake. He went up. He tried to get desperate. He said, I don't want to take any more damage. That was exactly what led to him getting finished. I thought that was perfect, Trey.
Yeah, I mean, Cerberus, he's very experienced in the comp scene. You know, this is his first season in the ESFL, but he looked like a veteran out there. He, like you said, Zayef, he really took his time. He wasn't fishing for anything. You got a takedown late in that round, and you know, a round that that could have just ended. But Sniper Phenom kind of like didn't need to go up there. He didn't have to give up that arm triangle counter. But Big J, the second he saw that, jumped on it, and it was all she wrote.
Yeah, as soon as he saw that opportunity, I mean, he kicked that door down and barred straight through it. That was a great performance. I can't tell you the last time I saw somebody just hit a reversal into the submission like that. That was very clean. Very good work by Cerberus, and I know he's going to be proud of that one. Might be something to think about for performance of the night as well. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Absolutely.
Moving on to our next fight, we've got Peyton taking on Trixie. This is going to be a very high-level matchup here, folks.
Yeah, Peyton, his last fight was against Whistlerbacks, which was a really, really fun fight. Both guys, showed a lot of heart. He came up short in that matchup. And then Trixie, of course, former Xbox champion, top 10 all-time legacy, top 10 all-time wins. He is, however, having a tough run in the ESFL in UFC 6. He's lost his last 3. But he's lost to some really good names. He's lost to Driz, Wordlife, EK Warrior. What are your thoughts on this matchup, Zayef?
Well, real quick, before Zayef gets too far on that, I just wanted to say that, like, Trixie has been competing for a long time. For those of you who don't know me, which is probably everybody, I've been kind of doing commentary since UFC 3, UFC 4, and Trixie has been doing their thing since then. So, like, it's always exciting whenever, for me personally, whenever I get to come back and see the adjustments and the growth that people have made, and I'm fully expecting to see more of that from Trixie. I feel like every time I've seen them fight, they've just done spectacular work. So, no glaze, but like, I just had to give Trixie some flowers real quick. I think these two are going to give us a banger here, Drake.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really looking forward to this match. This is going to be a really exciting matchup. And we have a TJ Dillashaw versus Peter Yan matchup. You saw how that played out last time with TJ Dillashaw having a massive footwork advantage. We'll see if Trixie can use that Peter Yan a little bit better, though. Maybe there we go. That's what I'd like to see early on, using those leg kicks, trying to stop that movement right away. And we say TJ just, in and out, and he's doing a really good job right now cutting him off with pig spring.
Yeah, you see somebody like TJ Dillashaw, just like we were talking about with Jan earlier, he loves to switch that stance, loves to give different looks. If you can chop that lead leg down, either of them, you make him pick a stance, pick a side, and then, you can really formulate your game plan from there. But right now, I love that little half step to get out of the body kick range right there from Trixie. Just small things like that, right? As he's able to land his own.
Absolutely, and we see Trixie, being very efficient with Peter Yan here, just changing his timing. He's clinching him, he's kicking his legs, he's kicking the body, he's entering the pocket, he's fighting on the back foot, and Trixie's looking really complete right now as TJ Dillashaw lands a good body kick here. Oh, nice fake into the takedown, into the uppercut, and then coming back up top there.
Yeah, a lot going on right there, but Peyton is doing a good job of staying composed, not getting rattled, and really landing some good counter shots. Oh, but that head kick was a little bit dicey. Nice right hook there, and the left behind it from Jan. These guys are getting to it. sorry, I'm getting stuck on words. Peyton's able to stem the flow there with an uppercut and some body shots. Some good head movement there in the pocket right now, Drake.
Absolutely. Trixie's looking really good as he eats a big front kick there, but he's looking really good, mixing it up well. And Peyton, he hasn't really been able to get much going. He's using, the movement of TJ Dillashaw a lot, but I really like to see him establish his jab. Oh, good body kick there. That's good. Oh, he doesn't need to be doing this much with the footwork and the slips. I think if he just slows it down and just, establishes his boxing first, he'll have a little bit more success.
Yeah, but with the almost endless reserves of cardio from TJ Dillashaw, you got to think, does he even need to worry about slowing it down? Because even with all he's thrown, he's still at a slight stamina advantage. And if he keeps working the body like he's been doing, then, it's just going to be more of the same, or potentially more of the same. But right now, Jan's getting some good shots in. Trixie's starting to build a little bit of momentum here towards the back half of the round. We got about a minute and a half left here in the first round. Some huge body shots from Trixie and a right hand up top.
Trixie is doing such a beautiful job of keeping Peyton at the exact range that he wants him. A nice takedown from Peyton, but good stuff from Trixie. And Trixie is saying, we can keep it just at the end of punch length. He doesn't want him in kicking range because Peyton has the advantage in the case with the TJ Dillashaw pick. And he's not going too close so that Peyton can catch him with those famed, huge Vegas MMA boxing combos. He keeps him just at the end of boxing range. And so every time he's throwing out that long right hand, but Peyton catching him with a good head kick there, Drake.
Yeah, and that's exactly it, Zayaf. He's able to just really control the range there. Yes, TJ. Oh, big knockdown there. Uppercut. And that's that boxing range that you mentioned. The reason why he's able to land that is because they're still in that boxing range where Peter Yan has the boxing advantage. He's got the better boxing combinations. Oh, big head kick! Oh my God!
Beautiful combination right there. At the end of the round too, that was a fantastic pull just into. Oh my! So what? Take us through that, Zayaf.
Absolutely. So here's what happened. Trixie got a little too confident at the end of the round, entered boxing range. And then Peyton planted. And Trixie thought, okay, he's planning to throw one of the good old, UFC 3, UFC 4 jab, uppercut, hooks. That's what Trixie thought was coming. Jab, uppercut, hook, or jab, hook. So he pulled, but Peyton was actually loading up a 1-2 head kick. Trixie got hit with the 2, which hit stunned him, and then the head kick dropped him. Now he's going to find those kicks a lot better. Oh, good job from Trixie, and nice defense from Peyton, Drake.
A lead uppercut's been really money for Trixie. That's the second time he stunned him with a lead uppercut here. Oh, good takedown there from Peyton. Able to stop the damage from that flow state. And you gotta, if you enter the flow state, you gotta be ready to hold that low block because a lot of people are gonna want to shoot on you to mitigate any damage there. Let's see what Peyton can do here in the round. TJ Dillashaw does have some really good wrestling and a really good top game.
Yeah, right now he's trying to establish, just get some top position, get some damage off, because I think right now it's a very slight advantage, but I've got Trixie in the lead on this fight, or in this round, rather. We just got to see, will Peyton be able to get some momentum, or is Trixie really going to be able to step out and take the front foot and the advantage here in this fight?
Well, what I think, Peyton actually has to slow it down. Don't think about, I got to get my get back, I got to take the momentum. Think about, I have to stop him from steamrolling me right now. Trixie gets a takedown, and this is not where you want to be. You are losing the round. You have to stop, you have to slow down, don't be nervous, and just say, hey, I'm going to play my game. I'm going to keep him at my range. He was doing super well with the kicks, but now Trixie on top, in top mount. This is not good for Peyton, Drake.
Yeah, good job there from Peyton reclaiming half guard there, because that could have gotten really ugly here. And I do think, even though he got dropped at the end of that round, I think that first round was Trixie, and Trixie could be putting 2 rounds in the bank here, and he gets the top mount and raining that big elbow there. That was a really nice ground and pound sequence there. Not something you see often, the straight and then into the elbow. Good job from Peyton there, reclaiming half guard, Frank.
Reclaiming half guard, but Trixie's defense is just holding up, able to get the denial, and then now into side saddle, a very dangerous position. I feel like side saddle is one of those high risk, high reward positions, right? Because you can get a lot of damage off, but if they're able to time that flick just right whenever you're throwing your shot, it's just right back to side control. How do you mitigate that risk, Zayaf?
Well, what you do, one big thing you can do is look at the grapple advantage meter, because when they mistime a flick, you are actually going to get grapple advantage. So if you see that you've gotten grapple advantage, they just tried to buck you off, that's when you throw the elbow. You have to be patient. You can't just throw, and expect for it to work. You have to be patient. Very nice job from Peyton kicking Trixie off there, but he's got 35 seconds to work or he may be down 2-0, Drake.
Yeah, and Trixie's looking really good here, mixing up the striking, mixing up the grappling. This is a very complete performance from him here. And Peyton, I think he's going to be down 2 rounds. He's going to have to really go for broke in this last round.
Yeah, but we know, guys, it only takes one shot to change the complete complexity of this fight, or end it entirely. And that's not the one that Peyton was looking for. I can tell you that for a fact. 2 huge hooks there at the end of the round from Petr Yan. Sit Peyton down, and now he's got a lot to think about going into this round 3. What would you be trying to do here to get back into the driver's seat, Drake?
And it's really tough because he's down 2 rounds. He's gonna have to take more risks. I said it early on, but he wasn't establishing his boxing early on, and now it's round 3. He hasn't really set up much. You really want to set stuff up for later into the fight, and he hasn't been able to do much. He's gonna have to really stand in the pocket and take some risk, and yeah, it's that kind of fight right now, Zayev.
It's one of those things. Peyton has to use every striking tool in his toolkit. He has to throw the kicks. He has to throw the head kicks, the ducking roundhouse, the front kicks, everything he can, and just try to catch Trixie. Because right now, Trixie's reading him. He's got the defense. He's got the head movement. He has the stats of Petr Yan, which means it's going to be very, very difficult for Peyton to just beat him in a brawl. And right now, Trixie just has to ride this out, Frank.
Yeah, it's definitely an uphill battle for Peyton. It's about that time where he needs to start trying to unbolt that kitchen sink, because you got to start throwing everything that you got. And that right hook is not going to help matters at all. It looks like Trixie's trying to finish this thing off, getting into the flow state. Some good defense from Peyton there to stop things, but I mean, saxophone's getting real loud, buddy.
Yeah, and it's looking really bad for Peyton here, and he is taking risks. He is letting his hands go a lot more than he did in the first 2 rounds. And sometimes that can catch someone off guard. Like, you're used to walking someone down, and then all of a sudden you're getting walking down. That can really catch them off guard. But Trixie is just fighting the perfect fight right now, man. And he drops him again. Zayev.
And a big knee to the face. I mean, this is beautiful work. And Trixie goes straight to feet on hips. He says, I don't need to finish you here. I just need to find my moment. This is exactly what we were talking about with the Cerberus fight. You don't go crazy. You don't say, oh, well, I need to finish right now. It's going to come to you. Very nice work from Peyton. Good head kick, but he doesn't have the stamina. And Trixie just spears him.
Beautiful timing on that spear, because it looked like, that was Peyton's moment. And I could be wrong. There's still 2 minutes left in this fight. It seemed like that might have been the last gas from Peyton.
Yeah, Peyton, you got to give him respect, man. He is really going for it, and he almost got him out of there. If Trixie zigged when he should have zagged there, that could have been a flash KO. Peyton back up to the feet here. He's got a minute, and Trixie really mitigating risk there.
Trixie is not going to move. Trixie is just not going to move.
Back up. You're wasting time.
Got the ref stand up, man.
Veteran move there from Trixie. Oh, and a big body kick.
Huge body kick. That might be it.
Not quite. Peyton's still in it. But look, the reality is he just needs a Hail Mary. He's got 1 minute left, and you see him. He's trying to throw head kicks, front kicks. But the more you throw that stuff, the more you open yourself up. And this is it. 100%. I mean, my goodness. That's even if he doesn't finish it here, he's in backside, just gets up. Trixie knows there's no danger. Left hook. That's reps.
What a performance from Trixie. I mean, look good. He showed good wrestling, good striking. He mixed it up really well, and he gets his first win in the ESFL exhibition after a tough last 3, but was able to show why he's a veteran and why he has all of these accolades, why he's number 8 in the ESFL legacy ranking, Frank.
Yeah, for sure. But I'll tell you one thing, man. Shout out to Trixie, again, singing his praises. Fantastic performance. Peyton showed he's no slouch either. Didn't get the victory this go round, but felt like a competitive fight the entire time. Even whenever Trixie was starting to get the advantage, Peyton never fully let himself get steamrolled. And, just a good performance. Not good enough this go round. Fantastic work from Trixie using Petr Yan right there, Zayev.
It was great work. And, you know, that's the thing about these veterans. Both of these guys, of course, veterans. But we saw adjustment after adjustment after adjustment. These people know how to make the reads. This is what's so exciting about this game. Who can make the adjustments to the new game, but who can bring their old skill set into the new game and give themselves that advantage that is going to give them the victory, Drake.
Yeah, Tracy looked really good there. A very complete performance. Peyton, he showed a lot of heart too. He was really going for it even when he was down 2 rounds. Even when there was only 2 minutes left in the fight. He was still really trying to win that fight, trying to take risks. But with Peyton, I would have liked to see him set some stuff up early on. If he fought like how he fought in that 3rd round, in the 1st round, take a little bit more risk, get your opponent thinking a little bit more. Maybe then he'll have a little bit more success. But props to Trixie. That was a really, really good performance. Looking forward to seeing what he does next in the ESFL, Frank.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Sorry, excuse me. Just a fantastic performance. So what we've got next up, we've got V-Pain, who is going to be stepping in for K1 Pro. He's going to be taking on Jazz UFC. Always interesting whenever you get a last-second replacement. You never know, because you've been planning your entire game plan for one person, and then somebody else entirely steps in. Do you think that there's what mental part does that play for both of you guys? Y'all have both been competitors, and I'm sure you've had somebody step in last minute. What's the mentality in this situation?
Yeah, I mean, you got to be ready to take on all comers, right? Like a lot of these comp players, they play ranked. You don't know who your opponent is, so you got to be confident in your abilities. You got to be ready to step in on short notice and fight anybody's IF.
It's one of those things. The beautiful thing about competition fighting, especially the ESFL, you know who you're fighting, you get to plan, you get to train, you get to do all these things. When it's switched up on you, all of a sudden, thrown out the window. The most important thing to do is remember, you don't just go crazy. You still have your game plan. It doesn't matter if your opponent is different. You've been preparing with your fighter. You know who you're going. You know their strengths and weaknesses. Play to your strengths. Don't just say, oh, well, this guy is so different, I'm going to throw out my whole game plan. I'm just going to do my same game plan, and if I'm better than this guy, I'm going to beat him, Frank.
Yep, so you heard it here, folks. First, folks, Zayaf, like Mufasa, says, remember who you are, and everything will be fine. We've got Payne using Israel Adesanya, and then we've got Jazz UFC taking on Alex Pereira. Let's see what we get from these guys, man. Obviously, with Izzy, you're expecting to see distance fighting, single strike, high variance, head movement. And with Pereira, you're expecting to see sledgehammers thrown left and right. What are you expecting from this fight here, Drake?
Well, yeah, this is an Izzy versus Alex matchup. Alex Pereira is one of the most broken picks in this game. He does so much damage. So V-Pain's with the Izzy pick is going to be really careful, try to avoid the big shots early on, and be really careful about that flow state, IF.
Oh my goodness, Pereira is a monster in this game. And when I say monster, I mean monster. One shot can put you out. And what we're seeing immediately, big shots coming out, but V-Pain immediately countering. Now, with Alex Pereira, a big advantage you have is the calf kicks, and we see Jazz UFC throwing them, but V-Pain is very, very clued into those right now. He's pulling the left hook, he's countering the calf kick. Immediately, we see his plan against an Alex Pereira, Drake.
Yeah, and this is, big head kick! That could be it! Oh, Alex Pereira able to recover from that big head kick. It's a big knee on his way up. V-Pain's really putting the pressure on here really early in this fight, and this is really interesting to see an Israel Adesanya just walking down Alex Pereira here. You have to respect the way V-Pain is playing, Frank.
Yeah, no, it's interesting to see. I mean, just from that first exchange, he got a nice little pull uppercut, and then it's been fighting uphill for Jazz since then. Oh, God, what? You're just casually throwing spinning elbows in the middle of a sentence like that, brother? What are you doing?
That was beautiful, Frank. He ducked the hook and then threw the spinning elbow as he ducked. That was really unique, Zayaf.
Well, it's really great because actually the reason he can do that, usually when you block while slipping, you can't throw a strike after. But you can throw an elbow after. So he block ducked and then threw a spinning elbow, which means he was safe on the duck and he was safe on the return. That's high fight IQ. That's knowledge of the game, Frank.
Man, shout out to you, Zayaf, because I didn't even process that, but you've been able to see what happened and then explain it so well. Just shows why you're in the position that you're in, man. Great analysis. A beautiful left hook there by Israel. Right now, he's got this fight on a string, and he's got to continue fighting the way he's doing, and should be able to get this result. But We know, Drake, at any matter of time, like in any second, Pajeda can throw that left hand and change this thing entirely. What are you seeing right now?
I'm seeing, Alex Pereira is kind of panicking right now. You see him, trying to get off the cage. He's circling a lot. He's using a lot of footwork. He's having big hook there. He's having a really hard time finding his rhythm. He's, on the back foot the whole time. I like to see him plant and throw more stationary strikes because those are going to be his biggest weapons,
I agree. And right now, V-Pain is doing what we call anticipatory pulling. He is saying, I know Jazz UFC wants that left hook, so I'm just going to pull. Every time I'm in range, I throw and I pull, and I throw and I pull. I would like to see Jazz UFC work the body. Throw those big left hooks with the power that Alex Pereira has. He's going to be able to get some great damage if he can catch V-Pain trying to counter him. Because right now, it's just leg kicks and left hands. That's not going to cut it.
No, not at all. I mean, clearly Payne has shown that he's got the recipe for that. So, like you had said, Jazz needs to start mixing things up, going to the body a little bit more. What else can he do right now, Drake?
Yeah, I think, like Zayev said, is those anticipatory pulls. He's going to have to, start off with a different... good point either at the end. But he's starting off, the reason why he's getting countered so much is he's starting off with round strikes to the head. He's starting off with uppercuts. He's starting off with lead hooks. And those can get pulled and punished every time. He's got to start off with lead body hook. He's going to have to start off with a body uppercut. Because Alex Pereira, he does have some nasty body shots, Zayev.
He absolutely does. Those things are just disgusting. Alex Pereira hits you with 3 body hooks. I mean, good night. Fight's over. There's just nothing you can do. But right now, he's head hunting. He's head hunting and he's leg hunting. But there are 3 parts of the body. Throw to the 3rd part because that's the part that V-Pain hasn't countered you on yet. You gotta try something different. Definition of insanity, trying the same thing over and over and again and expecting it to work. Jazz looking a little insane right now, but V-Pain is looking perfect.
It's funny as soon as you say that he catches a 2-piece, but for the most part, like you're correct. He's looking perfect. Like, I mean, the strikes are landing at every level of the body. He's able to get out of the way of danger coming back. Even that head kick was blocked. Like, it just seems like Payne is really in a flow right now, Drake.
Yeah, and Jazz UFC, he could be panicking from the short notice replacement. He was meant to fight Kyrian Crow, now he's fighting V-Pains with Israel Adesanya. That could be part of it. But right now, man, he's just moving around too much and not really setting up his strikes. He's not really hitting the body at all. He's just circling, putting his back against the cage where V-Pain has shown that he's incredibly dangerous. I think he lands a big uppercut, and he throws another lead uppercut there. Not looking good for Alex Pereira, Zayev.
I mean, it's not at all. And look at this desperate lunging around the cage. V-Pain's reading that. It's why he's throwing the body hooks. Because if you lunge into a body hook, your body's cooked. I didn't even mean to rhyme, but I'm Dr. Seuss out here.
Bars? I'm loving what I'm seeing from Izzy because he's doing a fantastic job, like you said, of anticipating whenever he's doing these lunges. He's throwing the body kicks. He's ducking the head kicks. It's like he's reading inputs right now. This almost seems like precognition. Just seems like whatever Jazz is throwing, Payne is hip to it and is there with a counter right now, Drake.
Yeah, and what's interesting about this matchup is V-Pains is fighting like he has Alex Pereira, and Jazz is fighting like he has Israel Adesanya. He's leg kicking on the back foot, and V-Pains is just walking him down, throwing big hooks to big pulls. And this is almost an embarrassing performance for Jazz UFC, Zayev. He's, looking very lost out there.
The reality is, Alex Pereira is a crutch in this game. And I don't say that to diminish Jazz UFC. He's obviously a very good player. He's in the freaking ESFL. But when you start to rely on the fighter pick, if something doesn't work, you don't know what to do. We see this a lot with Alex Pereira mains and ranked. If you fight these people, it's just calf kick and left hook and then a naked head kick. And if you counter them, they just can't make the adjustment. This is what Jazz UFC needs to do. He's going to leg more, and we do see V-Pain's legs getting chopped up a little. Maybe he can use that in round 3. But, man, I agree. I think he just relied on the Alex Pereira pick too much, and now he's leg rocked from a check.
And it's almost like, I feel like you can count the number of body shots that Pajeda has thrown on one hand. And that's a problem. That is a problem because, I mean, right now, Izzy's styling on you. He is bending styles, as they say. He's still got the majority of his stamina bar, and it's not looking great for Pajeda going into round 3. he could change that up just by mixing things up to the body just a little bit more. At least in my opinion. What do you think, Drake?
Yeah, he's leg hunting. He does have the leg health really low of Israel Adesanya, but this is a 3-round fight. I'm not sure how much he's gonna be able to do with it. But as I say that, he does have that flow state, and Alex Pereira's flow state, one flow state, and the fight could be over, Zayev.
I mean, the flow state is ridiculous. We have already seen the Tiger flow state in action earlier in this card with Cody Garbrandt getting a vicious knockout, I believe in like the first or second fight. But the thing is, it is not as effective on the back foot because hooks have short range. You're going to have to press forward. They see you flow state, they're going to back up to the cage. Well, V-Pain has a lot of room to back up right now. So if Jazz UFC flow states, he's not going to get anything with it. So he needs to get on the front foot. He's been on his bike the entire fight, lunging around the cage, moving around. You got to push V-Pain back or you're not going to be able to use Tiger effectively, Frank.
No, not at all. Because as we've been mentioning, Payne is just walking him down, plain and simple. He has not gotten any respect back. Payne doesn't feel like he's in any danger. He's just doing what he wants to the entire fight, just staying in his face and hitting him with everything. You got to figure out if you're Pajeda, what do you do, Drake?
Yeah, he's gonna have to really hope for a leg rock and then activate his flow state. I think that's what the game plan is there. But in a 3-round fight where you're down 2 rounds, that's a very risky game plan. Yeah, speaking of flow state, V-Pain's just popped his own flow state there, and now this is where you would want to activate the flow state, Zayev. Once you have, as I say that he puts himself on the back foot again, but like you said, Zayev, you want to have Adesanya on the back foot, so this way you're not reaching on those round strikes.
Well, and he's moving so much extraneously. Every time V-Pain pushes into the cage, lunge, slip, duck. This doesn't work. The reality is that V-Pain is being incredibly smart and conservative with his shot selection, and Jazz UFC is freaking out every time V-Pain gets near him. You have to read. You can't just anticipate. I mean, my goodness, V-Pain is doing well, but Jazz UFC is giving him no problems to think about, Frank.
Is that something that comes with experience, maybe? Just like, being able to stay more comfortable in the pocket and kind of switch things up? Or is this just, honestly speaking, is this just a case of outmatching? No disrespect, of course.
There is definitely an experience component to it. Obviously, the more fights you've been in, the more experience you have to pull from. Alex Pereira does have his flow state active here. Can he do anything with it? And he can as it dwindles down. But yeah, being able to make reads is definitely a combination of experience and composure too. I think Jazz started panicking too early on and he wasn't able to make those reads. And if he did, we saw him unleash a big body combination here. But it was his first body strikes in the round. It took him 3 rounds to do that. And
right.
It just took him a little bit too long. Oh, big spinning elbow there. Big performance from V-Pain. And on short notice, V-Pain looked really good, Zayev.
He looked great, and we've been talking a lot about Jazz UFC's mistakes, but make no mistake, V-Pain made those mistakes happen. V-Pain is the one that pushed the pace. V-Pain is the one that was moving forward so incredibly, and making Alex Pereira, who's incredibly dangerous, look like he had nothing to offer. Let's go to the judges.
I mean, do we need to?
Well,
yeah, and I definitely agree, Zayev. V-Pain, he came out really hot. He came out, rocked him, within 10 seconds of the fight, dropped him, and I think since then, Jazz has had a hard time finding his footing. V-Pain came out really sharp, really strong, and then Jazz sort of panicked there early on, and the V-Pain was able to kind of just coast to a decision there. His legs were getting really cooked towards the end. It's a 3-round fight, Frank. Maybe if it was 5 rounds, that game plan would have been better, but in 3 rounds, it was not very effective, Frank.
I think you hit the nail on the head, man. That first exchange, Payne was able to pull back and then get a huge knockdown and a rock just off that head kick. Again, from the very first exchange, and from then, it felt like Jazz kind of panicked and was fighting uphill and then just wasn't quite able to make up that ground. And now the world show no pain. So we are moving on to our next fight. This is a very, very exciting one, guys. We've got SirDJD, who is going to be taking on the returning EdParker. Man, what needs to be said about this fight that hasn't been said already, guys?
Man,
I mean, go ahead.
Dive, you want to go first?
I'll take it. Look, EdParker is a legend. That's just, I mean, there is no other way to put it. He is one of the best players on this game, might just be the best player on this game, at least striking-wise. He is so incredibly efficient, technical, smart, UFC 3 champion, incredibly skilled. But DJD, in his last fight, just TKO'd Jazz UFC. And he was brought in on late notice to fight EdParker. We just saw a late notice replacement absolutely dominate. Drake, we could be in for an upset.
Yeah, I mean, DJD, it would be a huge upset if he's able to beat EdParker. And I don't think we've seen EdParker fight in competition in any league in UFC 6. So it'd be really interesting to see how EdParker plays on UFC 6, because we know he was a killer on 3, 4, and 5, but this is gonna be the first time we see him in front of a competitive setting on UFC 6, Frank.
Oh no, man, you heard it here first. I think Ed's washed. No, I'm totally kidding. Totally joking. Those kind of skills I'm not gonna say they don't diminish, but like he's got a very universal skill set that should be able to translate to the new game. But again, we're sitting here. DJD is not just fighting a name, right? Like he's got his own skill sets. He's got his own things that he brings to the table. And right now he is mixing things up in the pocket with Strickland. We're gonna see if he's able to keep that pressure up.
Yeah, and Sean Strickland, he's a really good counter to Izzy in this game. He's got really good hand. He's hard to hurt. So Ed's got his work cut out for him here in terms of the pick. Sean Strickland can do a lot of damage to the block, Zayev.
He can, but here's the thing. When you fight EdParker, you have two options. You fight at his pace or you take him down. You cannot push the pace against Ed. That's the reality. Sean Strickland can do a lot of damage to the block, but not if DJD overcommits. People think, Ed is just a back foot. He just runs and you're going to be able to pressure and block break. No, that's not how it works. You have to beat him at his own game or you have to take him down. I'm very interested to see which approach DJD takes because we already see the pitter-patter body tickling coming out from EdParker, Frank.
But at the same time, DJD is not backing down at all. He's keeping the pressure on. He's a lot of times we see people try and get this fight and then they just get eaten alive. But right now he is holding his own. Yeah, he's taking some shots back, but he's also I feel like he's gaining some respect. He's landing some good shots right now. We'll see if that continues as we are at the halfway point here in round 1.
Yeah, Frank, and you're right. DJD is doing a really good job of holding his own here. He's not overextending. He's not wasting too much stamina like a lot of people do against EdParker. And the thing about EdParker's fights is they look close until they don't. Until you make one mistake and then all of a sudden he drops you with a big shot and all your health is gone. So I have.
Yeah, I mean, well, this is the thing. It's the timing,
Ooh.
right? It's the timing. You
Beautiful.
make one mistake against EdParker, he reads you, and he is so good at just executing the perfect shot to take advantage of the smallest opening. I think about somebody like Muhammad Ali, right? He was known for the back foot fighting, but what he was so good at was reading his opponents. Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, he was the only person that could read that head movement, get in his timing. This is what EdParker does. He just reads you so well, already got a rock, and now DJ is just fighting an uphill battle, Frank.
He is, but again, he's staying composed right now. That's what I'm liking. He doesn't seem to be nervous. He doesn't seem like he's freaking out at any point. He did just get rocked, but he's staying what looks like consistent with his game plan, right? He's staying in range, staying in Ed's face, not letting him really just tee off like we've seen EdParker do it several times in the past. And right now it's... Sorry, I was just going to say it's an even match, but it looks like Ed might have an advantage. What do you think, Drake?
Yeah, I think he definitely took that round with the stun. Oh, wait a minute.
Nope, you're capping. What are we talking about?
That's something. Yep, Zayev.
So this is the Philly shell at work. Now, Sean Strickland, because of the way the Philly shell works, it partially blocks the body punch, even if he's not blocking it. So it's going to not count, quote unquote, count on the stats. But remember, the judges score damage. We see these strikes. These strikes are not accurate to what actually happened. I think EdParker won the round.
Do you think
Yeah.
it's based off that rock?
Yeah. Well, it's the rock, but also just the cumulative damage that he's done throughout the entirety of the fight so far. It's close though, Drake, and DJD is certainly proving himself to be a very capable striker.
Oh, yeah, DJD, big 4-piece to the body there. I mean, he is doing a really good job of staying composed there. And I gotta wonder if those strike numbers got to EdParker's head and makes him think he has to do a little bit more, because he's taking some big shots here and he's getting into some exchanges that he really shouldn't, Frank.
Yeah, you're seeing right now DJD is putting it on him. Not putting it on him. Okay, yeah, he's putting it on him. He rocked him. I'm sorry, my bad. You see, he's able to stay in the pocket. And even whenever he's able to get that damage off and Ed starts to back up, he's still following up, staying on him, and he's working the body at that point. So I'm liking what I'm seeing out of DJD, mixing things up, but also staying aggressive without being reckless. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, Frank. DJD, he's fighting a really good fight. He's fighting at that pace that EdParker fights at, and he's actually able to land the bigger shots right now. He's mixing into the body, mixing into the head, and Sean Strickland's block and his guard is really helpful right now too, because he's able to mitigate damage from those body shots, and he's really able to score on total strikes, Zayef.
Well, he's not opening himself up too much, and I'm very interested in, how is Ed going to adjust to this? Because right now, what DJ is doing is so incredibly intelligent. He just throws a couple of shots, he lands them, and he gets out. And usually the difference is those strikes don't land on Ed. But DJ is very intelligent here in his shot selection, so he's able to find the ones that are actually landing, Frank.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, great job with the shot selection. And you see Ed is starting to try and mix things up. Instead of backing up as much, you're starting to see him take a little bit more of a lead foot. And you had mentioned taking Ed down as part of the game plan. He went for it there, but wasn't quite able to do so. And now we've got Ed on top. Is he going to be able to make some damage, make up some of that ground here? We got about a minute and a half left in the round, Drake.
Yeah, Ed is not really known for the grappling, but yeah, interesting there. He perhaps was looking to get a mount, but yeah, he knows that he needs to stand up and do some damage here on the feet. But yeah, this round is definitely a DJD round. He's gonna definitely be ahead on the numbers, and he got that stun early on. So EdParker, is he going to take a risk and try to get the round back, or is he gonna say it's 1-1 and then try to fight for the third round, Zayef?
I think Ed is not one to take risks that are out of line. He will throw, definitely, if he thinks he's behind, but he doesn't push when he's behind. And that is one way to beat Ed, is you just keep him behind the entire fight. DJ is trying to do that. Could be 1-1. Some people saying he might have even won that first round. Let's see what adjustments EdParker can make going into this third, Frank.
Yeah, because right now DJD is fighting a very intelligent, very technical fight right now. He looks great through 2 rounds. Obviously got rocked in the first one, but he's keeping the pressure up. He's staying in Ed's face, and he's not getting outside of himself. You know what I'm saying? He's not getting too far ahead of himself, Drake.
Yeah, it could be 1-1 here, 2-0 DJD, who knows? But what I do know is DJD is fighting a really good fight, and this is a lot more competitive than we thought. Oh, and he goes for a takedown. Oh, good takedown defense there from EdParker. That could have been a crucial moment in the fight, and he's able to secure that takedown defense there. But this fight is a lot more competitive than we expected, Zayef.
It is a lot more competitive, and that's all props to DJD. We know EdParker is as good as ever. We see him sharp on the counter, but DJ is just mixing him up so well with Sean Strickland, using a great game plan. I am incredibly impressed.
Oh, no, man. I told you Ed's washed. No, I'm kidding. But a huge uppercut there from DJ is really starting to put an exclamation mark on this thing. DJ is trying to make a statement right now, and he seems like he might just be moments away from doing so. He's landing some good shots. He's keeping the pressure on, and he's mixing things up, I think that's the 3rd takedown he's thrown. And I don't even know if he's actually trying to get the takedowns so much as just giving Ed something else to think about and another look. What do you think, Drake?
Yeah, I mean, he is mixing it up a lot, hitting the body, coming up top with that uppercut, mixing in the takedowns. He's fighting a really good fight, and he's got big head kick there, but EdParker is definitely down in this round. He got dropped there with a big uppercut, and now we're seeing EdParker having to push forward, defends another takedown here, and he's got 3 minutes to work. A lot can happen in 3 minutes, but yeah, we usually don't see Ed pushing the action this much, Zayef.
We don't, and it's because it is not his specialty. Ed does not play that well from behind. He plays well when he's just able to snowball, frustrate his opponents. But DJ has stayed incredibly composed. He got rocked in the first round. Ed throwing the 1-2 head kick a few times now, and DJ not ducking it. Now DJ in flow state, going to get some extra block health. Rocks EdParker. This could be it right here.
Yes, Strickland's putting insane pressure on and just continuing to do what he's done the entire fight. Not getting too big, but staying consistent and mixing things up. It seems like every time he's getting into the pocket, right, he'll throw a good combination, nice takedown right there. He'll throw a combination and just kind of, instead of, continuing it, he'll sit back, wait on the response, and then keep it up. And now he's able to just potentially sit here and salt out this last 90 seconds en route to a victory if he's able to keep this up right here.
Absolutely. This could be a massive upset. I mean, EdParker was a massive favorite here against DJD, and DJD, I mean, how good is this guy really? I mean, he's just coming out here and outplaying EdParker here. This guy's going to be someone to watch out for, Zayaf.
It absolutely is. Ed now has 50 seconds. DJ, I wouldn't have gotten up if I was him. I would have done the Trixie. Just sat on my back. But DJ's just going to back up. He has that block of Sean Strickland. He knows that Ed needs a finish here. Ed knows it too. You see it. But again, Ed is not a pressure fighter. But he gets a drop.
Gets a drop and is trying to get this thing out of here. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Drake.
That was huge. I'm not sure if I would have taken him down there because this is such a close round.
Ed thinks he won the round. Ed thinks he won the round. I don't think I agree. I think DJ's going to take it.
This is going to be a really interesting judges' scorecards, Zayaf. I'm not sure. It looks like, based on the animations here, it looks like DJD securing one of the biggest upsets in ESFL. He just outplayed EdParker. Man, what an upset. How good is DJD, Frank?
I mean, he all right, I guess. No, in all seriousness, we just saw a fantastic performance from DJD. Everybody who watches the ESFL, I assume anyway, knows the name EdParker. And now you should probably start learning the name DJD because he really showed up and showed out. That was a fantastic performance against one of the best the ESFL has seen consistently, game in, game out, season in, season out. EdParker has put on bangers and great performances, and then DJD just did one to top them all. I mean, fantastic work right there from DJ. What'd you see out of that, Zayaf?
Man, I'm looking at these scorecards now. EdParker did, in fact, take that first round. But, I mean, DJD did a great performance, came back round 2, dominated. Really, round 2. Round 3 was dominating, got clipped at the end there. But that's how it is against EdParker, man. You can never count that guy out. But such an incredible, impressive win to have on your resume. DJD, one to look out for.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if I'm DJD, I'm retiring right now. No, I'm just playing. Drake, that was a fantastic performance. What are your final thoughts on it?
Man, to say that you beat EdParker on the ESFL, that's absolutely huge. I think a star is born in DJD there, man. He looked really good. That was a very, very good performance. He was composed. EdParker usually just breaks people's composure. I mean, that was a very patient striking from DJD. He showed that he's a really, really high-level player, and he's going to be someone to watch out for, Zayaf.
I mean, he really is, and just so impressive that, first of all, he takes EdParker down on the feet. One that I said before the fight might be the best striker in the world on this game. And then, also, he showed he's willing to grapple. And he might not have gotten Ed down that much. Ed's kind of impossible to take down. But if he has grappling, if he's that confident, he might be so complete and he hasn't even shown it yet. This guy could be fighting for the belt soon because he is an MMA fighter.
Definitely. Did a great job of mixing the martial arts right there, for sure. We've got 3 more fights. And before we get into our co-main event of the evening, sit back real quick and just watch one of these reminders about the UFC August Apex.
Every champion started as an unknown. Every legend earned their place. This isn't ranked. This isn't casual. This is where reputations are built.
That's right, folks. UFC 6 August Apex coming August 16th. $2,000 on the line. You've got two ways to enter. You can do so through the ESFLQ in our Discord. That's going to be just open season. If you're not banned, you can come through. You're going to have 7 fights. Win 6 of them, you get $50 immediately. You win 7, or I'm sorry, you have the best record amongst those fighters, then you'll be able to get a qualification spot, or you can join one of our 5 content creator tournaments. We're going to have 5 of them. They are going to be starting on August 2nd. Romero and Priatis are both going to be holding an event that day. We're going to have GOAT 1099 hosting a tournament on August 7th. And then we're going to have Crooks hosting one on August 9th. There will be a 5th tournament hosted by Bruce Lee Robb at a later date to be announced. So make sure you're keeping an eye on all of our socials, all of our Discords, so you can be in the loop and really get information and get your chance to win that $2,000. But before that, we've got 3 more fights right now. We're going to go into Versatile versus Willie Genius. What do you got for us on these fighters, Zayed?
My goodness, these two are fantastic. First of all, they are both real strikers. You know, Wooly Genius, ESFL Live, Vegas veteran, ended K1 Crow's unbeaten ESFL run. This guy is number 409 on the legacy rankings, fighting Versatile, who's 159, yet he is the favorite, right? And that just tells you how good this guy is, because Versatile, also a very, very good player. He's on the ESFL staff. We love him over here. He has beaten the likes of Wordlife, who was our main event today. So that just tells you the level of competition that we're playing at. And Wooly Genius is hovering over King Green. I would love to see this pick, Drake.
Yeah, you know, Willie Genius has been using King Green a lot in competition lately. He got a big win last week over Kyrian Crow using King Green. And Willie Genius has been loving Bobby Green. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes against a very dangerous Ilya Taporia. And Versatile, you know, he's going to make a lot out of this Taporia pick, because Versatile, he just walks you down and throws. He just unleashes big combinations, which could be really dangerous for the chin of Bobby Green, Frank.
It could be. You know, King Green fights that hands down style. He's going to, oh my goodness! Those long crosses are doing a lot of damage to Taporia, and it does not look like he's a big fan of those. King Green has got thumpers on this game, man. Goodness gracious.
Well, he is so good on this game. First of all, it is the just long animation, but also he has 93 punch power, so he can really hit you. You know, King Green is a fantastic pick on this game, but Ilya Taporia might be the best fighter in lightweight. So let's see which one of these two can implement their game plan better, Drake.
This is a crazy pace to start this fight. 1 minute in, oh, both guys already taking a lot of damage. I love how Willie Genius starting off with about 4 1-2s from Bobby Green to start the fight, and there's another one right there. And if Versatile does not make that read, he's going to keep getting clocked right in the face with that 1-2, Frank.
Yeah, for sure, man. He's feeding them a steady diet of those 1-2s. Might have been the smartest thing Versatile could have done there. Just take this thing to the ground. Let's switch it up a little bit. See if he can, you know, try and take an advantage. And he gets some good ground and pound off right there. There's about 3 minutes left in the round. Plenty of time for Versatile to work, Zayed.
Yes. Well, he gets up there, but now he has Ilya Taporia's flow state, and he's starting to get the read on the 1-2s. So Willie Genius is going to have to really mix it up here, use that head movement properly, use those long strikes properly, and just see where he can get, because, I mean, Versatile is just trying to walk him down right now, Drake.
Yeah, and, you know, oh, big hook there, and especially with Taporia. Oh, good counter hook. Oh, and he always has a shot.
Whoa! Whoa!
Wow.
Whoa! Had him doing the splits. That's crazy.
What a performance from Willie Genius, knocking out Ilya Taporia with Bobby Green. What an upset, Zayaf.
What an upset, but also intelligent. He saw that Versatile was slipping. He was throwing the hooks, get the block down. He knows Versatile's going to try to duck the 4th hook, throws an uppercut. Incredibly smart gameplay from Wooly Genius, taking out an incredibly tough competitor. You want to talk about performance of the night? Let's talk about performance of the night, Frank.
I think we have a conversation to be had about performance of the night. We got to throw that one in there. Of course, we had the reversal into the, I want to say, arm triangle earlier. That was also spectacular. We had a sub 1 minute knockout that might have been the fastest in ESFL history right now. We have a conversation if we're talking about performance of the night. But right now, we're talking about King Green and Willie Genius. The way he was able to just come in there from the jump and just really make use of those long animations. That 1-2 was spectacular. And real quick before I hand it off to you, Drake, one of you had mentioned something about Taporia finding that the rhythm, starting to figure out the timing on those 1-2s. One thing I had seen was Willie Genius was starting to throw the 1 and then threw the 3 behind it before he threw the 2. That was something he was already starting to preemptively figure out what his opponent was trying to give him, and that's what ended up leading to that finish. Drake, what'd you see there?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if they're not going to react to it, keep doing it, right? He threw about, I don't know, something crazy, probably 3 or 4 1-2s in a row to start the fight, and Versatile wasn't moving his head at all. So just, if he's not going to do anything about it, keep throwing it. But that was an incredibly impressive performance to knock out someone as good as Versatile, who has Ilia Topuria with Bobby Green at that pace in the first round. Yeah, I mean, we might be looking at a performance of the night there. Willie Genius just looked really, really sharp. And, Willie Genius is someone who's known for being a grappler on UFC 5, and he just showed us that he has hands, Zayaf.
I mean, he really does, because the thing is, you use King Green, you're expecting somebody, be on the back foot, throw out the long strikes that he has, and he said, let's throw down. Ilia Topuria? I don't care about Ilia Topuria, let's throw down. He did exactly that. He got hurt, he got put in the fire. He stayed calm, calculated, through intelligent shots, got him out of there, Frank.
Yeah, no, for sure. I feel like that was one of the best examples of just picking your shots, and it seemed like everyone that he threw was landing. So shout out to Willie Genius, man. Shout out to King Green. You did a great job picking that with that pick, and can't wait to see what we get, going forward from both of those guys. Here we go. We're going into our co-main event of the evening. We've got Papadoc versus MellowCoffee. I'm excited about this one, guys. How about y'all?
Yeah, I'm super. This is one of my favorite fights on the card. I mean, Papadoc, he's a legend. This is his 88th fight in the ESFL. He's the number 1 all-time bouts in the ESFL. He has the most fights in ESFL history, and he's number 3 in wins as well. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how Papadoc looks there. But MellowCoffee, he's been on a massive career resurgence with that pressure boxing style. He's knocked out Wordlife, who is in our main event. MellowCoffee has been, he's someone that's really slept on in the comp scene right now. His hands are really good, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he looks out here, Zayaf.
I'm thrilled. One thing about Papadoc, he is in the Phoenix camp. That is the camp. It's him, Romero 17, and Swiss Labax. If you want some killers to help you get prepared for a fight, this is exactly what you're looking for. I am so excited to see how he has adapted to this new game, and whether or not he can go against a very, very smart and interesting striker like MellowCoffee. And what do you make of this fighter matchup, Frank?
I love the Pantoja pick from Papadoc, because that's a guy who can do everything using a guy who can do everything. And so I'm very interested to see, which style is he going to take? Is he going to try and keep this thing on the feet, or is he going to try and maybe make something happen on the ground against this Moreno, who is doing incredible work with these uppercuts to start things off here, Drake?
Yeah, MellowCoffee, he likes to just use his hands to go forward early. Papadoc, he has Pantoja, so I wonder. Oh, as I was going to say that, I wonder if he's going to use the grappling. And as I say that, he goes right for over/under. And just to put him on the cage, so unleash some big hooks. Good pivot lunge here for MellowCoffee to get out of the way, Sayaf.
And one thing about this fight, because we are in the co-main event, we have 5 rounds to work. Both of these fighters are fighting like it's a 2-round fight. Not like it's a 5-round fight, but that is the pace of flyweight. And let's see which one of them, if they don't get it finished early, can maintain their gas tank going into these later rounds.
Yeah, it's always a tough, a tough balance to strike, because they are not getting paid by the hour. But at the same time, it is a 25-minute fight. Like you had said, it is a 5-round fight. You can't just go in there and blow the entire gas tank in the first 30 seconds. You will feel it, and then your opponent's going to be able to tenderize you. But, we're going to see which of these guys is able to find the balance between pressure and just doing too much. But right now, some great body shots from both sides to really try and get that stamina advantage here, Trey.
Yeah, some good exchanges from both guys here. I think. Oh, I was gonna say MellowCoffee landed the better shots, but then as soon as I say that, that's when Papadoc decides to shoot, and I do think, that's where he's gonna have more success is going down the grappling route, because I think Mellow's looking a little bit sharper here on the feet, but it's still too early to say. Good reversal there from MellowCoffee. He's able to put him that over/under and landing some good knees there, Zaya.
Doc, his only shot right now is going for the over-under clinch and bailing to back clinch, but MellowCoffee is just defending that very well. Doc needs another avenue, and I think he needs to go back to what we've been saying this entire card. Best takedown is a right hand. Hit him hard, get a rock, and then spear him. You gotta set up those takedowns. You can't just bail into the over-under, Frank.
Yeah, it's just... It's a strategy that not many people think of. Have you thought about just hitting your opponent really hard? Just a guess, just an idea. No, but in all seriousness, man, Papadoc is doing a good job of mixing things up, but it seems like MellowCoffee is just a step ahead in the striking as a huge right hook lands from Papadoc.
Yeah, that was big from Papadoc, and MellowCoffee, he's got a good stamina lead here. That's going to assist him if this fight does go to the ground, and that's probably the fourth over-under as Mellow just shucks him off there. Good. Nice. That was big there from... Oh, and MellowCoffee responds there with a big combination. But that's what Papadoc needs to do. He needs to use the wrestling to set up the striking and strike on the break there, because MellowCoffee didn't expect that big four-piece coming back his way, Zaya.
He did not, and what Doc is doing really well right now is he's setting up the right hand with the jab. It's a lot of jab, right hook, 1-2. He's not just throwing big shots, and it's catching Mellow off guard because he can jab, then he can clinch into the over-under, then he can throw the right hand. It's a close round, but I actually think that Papadoc's mix-ups with those hands have won him that round.
Definitely. I'll be honest. I think that Papadoc might have lost that round, but it's in a good position going forward because, like you had said, he's starting to make the reads. I just feel like MellowCoffee was able to do a little bit more in that round. What do you think, Drake?
I thought it was a MellowCoffee round right until that moment right there where he ate that jab hook, lead hook as he was walking in from that break from the clinch. It was a very close round right up until that moment, which I would probably edge it to Papadoc. However, MellowCoffee, he's got a decent stamina lead here heading into this next round, and these guys are fighting at a very fun pace, and I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of adjustments either one of these guys makes. I
am too, and what I'm really interested to see. This fight is gonna get to the ground at some point. It just is. Doc is shooting enough that unless someone gets KO'd, oh my goodness, big hands there. Yeah, unless Doc KOs him or Mellow KOs Doc, this fight is gonna go to the ground. And what I'm interested to see is how these levels match up, because right now, Doc is starting to get the advantage on the feet. Does he have the advantage on the ground too, Frank?
Well, we might not even find out because, like you had said, every time that Doc is trying to get the takedown, in orthodox ways, MellowCoffee is able to defend it, able to stop that and keep the fight on the feet. Now that Doc is starting to get an advantage on the feet, will he, whenever that first knockdown comes or whatever the case may be, who is going to really take that step forward in the grappling? That's going to be a very interesting dynamic to this fight if we get there, Drake.
Yeah, we haven't really seen Mellow. Oh, big puncher. We haven't seen Mellow really engage in any grappling exchanges. He hasn't really looked for a takedown or even, big combination there, or a takedown fake. And I think that's why Oh, nice.
Nice 3Ps.
Yeah,
and into the flow state.
Here.
Which flow state does he have, Zion?
So, Finn, Pantoja's flow state is last stand, which is a health flow state. So, I believe a stamina flow state actually. It means his stamina is going to recover faster. And so we see there he has full stamina. Brandon Moreno now also in his flow state, and Moreno has Phoenix, which is with recovery as well. So both of these men more about health and stamina than they are anything else. And right now, Doc, 2 minutes to work on the ground. What do you think he can do to secure this one, Drake?
Yeah, Doc is fighting a really good fight, and I think the reason why he's having so much more success on the feet now is because of all those takedown threats, because of those over-unders, because of those takedown fakes. It's allowing him to catch Mellow when Mellow is not expecting him to extend the combinations. He's too worried about the takedowns, and that's why Doc is having a lot of success on the feet now, Frank.
Yeah, and we had talked about what's this fight going to look like when it goes to the ground, but as we've seen before, Papadoc is a phenomenal grappler, and right now he's just kind of imposing his will. I mean, you got to think he's extremely content to just chill here for the last minute of the round, right, guys?
He is, and I do have to correct myself. Last Stand, which is Pantoja's flow state, is actually a submission defense flow state. So not sure why he popped that. Maybe he got confused just like I did. But right now, Doc is just building that back up, and he is winning this second round. I think it's going to be 2-0 in the bag for him. MellowCoffee's got to make some adjustments.
Absolutely, and he does have the stamina. He does. Oh, big ground and pound there. That was huge. He does have the stamina. He does have enough health to come back into this fight. But he's gonna have to make some adjustments. He's gonna have to, you know, Papadoc is overextending a little bit here. He is, you know, going to that 3-piece and 4-piece a little bit too often. And if MellowCoffee can make that adjustment and make that read, it could be problems for Papadoc. But Papadoc is fighting a really good fight right now, mixing in the takedowns, mixing in the wrestling, and then that's, as you see, their big 3-piece there, Frank.
Yeah, no, for sure. He's starting to extend the combinations, and at the moment, he hasn't had a reason not to. You know, he's been able to just really take a slight advantage on the feet, and then once that fight got to the ground, it seemed like more of the same. So if I'm Papadoc, I would try and take this fight down to the ground, maybe even sooner in this round. What do you think, Zayaf?
You know, I think, honestly, Doc needs to let Mellow just force the action. Because Mellow's behind, Doc should sit and see what he wants to do. Because if they're just playing this game that they've already been playing, Doc's gonna win. Doc is winning. So just allow Mellow to come to you, see what he wants to do, and let him get, you know, a little desperate. But Mellow landing a good shot there, Doc gets it to the ground, just like you said.
And he did exactly what you were saying, just kind of sitting back, seeing what he wanted to do, and then he found his opportunity, and now he's in full mount here, Drake, trying to end this fight.
Oh, this could be it!
Big ground and pound there. Yeah, Papadoc now just, you know, he had a slow start, but he took his time. He made the reads, and then it seems like he has MellowCoffee's timing now, because MellowCoffee hasn't been able to get much going since the first round. And I think that's Papadoc just taking his time, adjusting to the timing of MellowCoffee, making the read, saying what he wants to do, and then able to just kind of like, you know, enforce his will now, Zayaf.
You know, this is one thing about Papadoc. He is more than willing to be a blanket. He will sit on you if he has to. And right now, I think he thinks he has to. You know, it is close enough in the stand-up that MellowCoffee is still in the fight. So why allow him to be in the fight at all? You know, why let him have the chance when you could just be on top? Doc knows how good of a grappler he is, and he knows that Mellow hasn't been able to get up. I really like this game plan from him, Drake.
Yeah, and he's really having his way with him on the ground here. He's able to just, you know, maintain that top position, also getting some good damage while he's at it. But yeah, MellowCoffee's weakness here is the grappling. He's got Moreno, who's got some good wrestling, but he hasn't really initiated any grappling himself. And I think that's one of the biggest differences in this fight, was that just the takedown threat has really stifled MellowCoffee's striking and opened up the striking of Papadoc, Frank.
Yeah, for sure. And right now, Zayaf, you had touched on this. I think this is a great exercise just in risk aversion and risk management from Papadoc. You know, like you had said, the fight is still close enough on the feet that it could be anybody's fight. You don't know how this thing's going to go. Papadoc does a good job there to get this fight to the ground, get some damage, and then MellowCoffee does a good job now to get on top and try and even that up a little bit. Because as we can see from the health bars, Papadoc was able to get some good damage off specifically to the head in these exchanges. And now MellowCoffee's trying to make up some of that ground. Will he be able to do so, or will Papadoc just be able to get this thing back to a dominant position or back to the feet as he goes for the cage transition but doesn't quite get it, Drake?
Yeah, I mean, I would really like to see Mellow just stand up here and let his hands go. I think the round is already lost here. There's not going to be much he can do here, especially in this sprawl position. He's not going to get too much damage. And now he could find himself likely down 3 rounds with, I guess, full mount. Yeah, like I mentioned, he's not going to be able to do much here with only 5 seconds left in the round. Just kind of like just showing him, hey, I can wrestle too, but a little bit too late. Yeah, he's going to be down 2 rounds, and he's going to have to look for a finisher. I mean, maybe if one of the judges were generous, they give him that first round, but it's likely down 3-0, Zayaf.
It's very possible. And the more important thing is, even if it's 2-1, it's not like Doc is struggling to win rounds, right? It's not like he's like, oh, well, I got a round, so I'm just going to win the last 2. No, you're not. You just lost the last 2. You have to make an adjustment. You have to change something up. I think MellowCoffee has to get more aggressive here. Start working the body, start throwing combinations, and just defend those takedowns for your life. And that's exactly what Doc's going to go for.
And he's striking off the break there, which is really smart. That's where he's had his most success in his fight, wrestling, and then striking off of the break. Let's see if he does that here. Yeah, as you can see, he's been going to that over and over again, and that's what's been really causing issues for MellowCoffee, Frank.
Yeah, what I'm really liking from Papadoc is that he's standing his ground, like literally. He's just in the middle of the octagon. I'm gonna let you come to me, I'm gonna counter, and then whenever you're backing up, I'm either just gonna keep standing here or I'm gonna walk you down. And then is able to set that up into a beautiful double leg blast takedown.
That was gorgeous.
It was. And now he's got 4 minutes to work. I mean, Papadoc with 4 minutes of top control. Good luck, pal.
Sorry, Drake, go ahead.
Yeah, Papadoc, you know, he's just a blanket here, like you mentioned, Mellow. Good full guard there. He doesn't mind just, you know, laying and then just frustrating MellowCoffee, because MellowCoffee is kind of like rushing some of these transitions here, and Papadoc's just really frustrating him, Zaya.
He is, but Papadoc gets up, and I don't know if that was the smartest idea. Doc just thinks he can beat him on the feet at this point. I would say that's a little disrespectful, Frank. Are you going to take that?
I wouldn't, but like I'm not good at this game, so I couldn't do anything about it. But goes for another takedown there. MellowCoffee is able to get back to the feet, and now he's trying to do what I can and make him pay for just this perceived disrespect. Because like I was just saying, it's risk management, right? If I'm on top, I ain't got to worry about nothing. Papadoc saying even with him standing up, I ain't got to worry about nothing. Do you agree with that, Drake?
Yeah, I mean, that was a good combination there that forced Papadoc to shoot. But because of the work that he did with the ground on the ground, he does have a big head health advantage, and that's why he's able to feel so confident on the stand-up now, Zaya.
You know, he's doing great. Pumps that flow state, and something to do with stamina, my goodness. But what's happening here is he can just push MellowCoffee back because he has the head health advantage, because he has the stamina advantage, and MellowCoffee is not giving him problems to think about with mix-ups. Doc can just sit there and not have to worry about being pushed back by Mellow, because he can always just shoot the takedown, secure the round, and once again, have to think this is a Papadoc round, Frank.
Yeah, I mean, unless he just inexplicably stands up. But even then, like at this point, he's so far ahead. Yeah, this is definitely Doc's round. I gotta say, shout out to him, like Fight IQ. If you're in the ESFL, guys, I would say turn that flow state visual off, because I feel like that's like the third time today, right? We've seen somebody pop flow state and immediately get taken down. And that's just great timing.
Yeah, you're just letting them know, okay, this is when you should shoot on me, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Fight IQ, though, because the thing is, it is such an advantage to be in your flow state, and they say, I'm just going to take the advantage away from you. You know, that's IQ, Frank, and you think it's 4-0?
I think I'd be willing to say 3-1, but I mean, it's definitely still Papadoc's fight for sure. I think that first round was extremely close, and I could see you giving it to MellowCoffee. But no, I mean, just from what we've seen since then, this has just been all Doc. What do you think, Drake?
Yeah, absolutely. 4-0, maybe 3-1 if they're generous, but yeah, MellowCoffee needs a finish, and MellowCoffee, he is going to go for it. He is going to go for broke. He's not, the kind of person to just admit defeat. He's going to try to knock Papadoc out, and let's see if Papadoc gives him the opportunity to, because it seems like every time Papadoc shoots, he's able to get him down, Zion.
I mean, but the thing is, it's not just about shoot once, get him down. We've seen Doc fail again and again, but the point is, he's just not worried about failing because he can just go back to it, and he will get the takedown eventually, or he's just gonna hit you in the freaking head, Frank.
Yeah, just, a couple of times hitting him in the head. That's a decent takedown, as we've established to this point. But man, Doc is doing a great job just being completely in control of this fight.
Yeah, Doc, I mean, he's mixing up everything really well. This is just a really well-rounded performance from Papadoc, mixing in grappling, mixing in striking. He just looks like, oh, whoa!
Oh my goodness! And as we're talking,
counter!
Shout out to the announcer, Jinx.
Oh, and he gets taken down there. That was a big duck counter from MellowCoffee, and I think that's what he needed to do early on, because I mentioned Papadoc was overextending and giving openings for those counters, but it could be too little too late at this point, Zaya.
It depends if Mellow powers to sprawl here, maybe gets the cage get up. Don't allow Doc to pass here. Most important thing, he allows Doc to pass. He needs to get up. You have 3 minutes left to win this fight, and Doc is going to want to just seal this, right? He is not going to allow you to move if he can prevent it. He just wants to seal this fight. Oh, he wants to finish it right here, Drake.
That's some big ground and pound there. One more posture up and it could all be over. And he advances the back mount. This is a huge position. Could he get a finish and put a big stamp on a very impressive performance? He gets back flat and he's gotten flattened out. Big punches here from Papadoc. This could be it. Oh,
there it is.
Big win for Papadoc in a very complete performance. MellowCoffee was in that fight the whole time, dropped him in the last round, but Papadoc was able to just mix it all up, just able to take him down almost at will. He was shooting a lot, yeah, but and big win for Papadoc is all I gotta say. For sure.
You know, it's very impressive, and I would love to see these scorecards if we can get them from the fighters, because the fact is, Doc got dropped, and he did not just try to say, well, now I have to win this fight. We saw him in backside. He postured up, only threw a few strikes, didn't allow Mellow to get back in the fight any further than he already was. That is, I mean, that's a veteran maneuver. And, I mean, almost, except for that blemish in the fifth, dominant from start to finish, Frank.
For sure. And it was almost, you know, that blemish in the fifth, right? It was like Papadoc got knocked down by MellowCoffee, and we could almost feel, right, just like the gamer leaned forward, right? Like it was almost like Doc was just like, okay, it's time to lock in, and then just chose to, well, I don't want to say chose, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like at that moment, he really started to cut down on the mistakes and just power ahead, accelerate through the finish line, and get himself another one of those classic Papadoc victories. Fantastic performance all the way through. But hey, shout out to MellowCoffee. You know they'll be back. Like that was a great performance by both fighters. But Papadoc showed why he's Papadoc today.
Absolutely. I mean, Papadoc is a legend. That's his 88th fight in the ESFL, and he's got the most bouts, and he's number 3 in all-time wins, and he just extended that with another big win there. Very impressive performance from Papadoc. Very well-rounded, very composed. He looked like he could do it all in that fight, and I'm interested to see what he does next. Perhaps he could be somebody to look out for one of these qualifying tournaments, or you know, he's going to be a name to look out for in the next season, Zion.
He absolutely is. I mean, Papadoc is just a perpetual contender. He is always at the top of the game, always at the top of his division. He's just so exciting, and I mean, that's going to be one to watch for, Frank.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. That was a spectacular fight right there. Wonderful work by both of those guys. And yeah, sorry, excuse me. Just a great performance. We've had a lot of great performances all throughout this card, y'all. We've been having fun. If you guys have been having fun, drop some love in the chat. Go ahead and throw the follows if you haven't. Jump in our Discord. Get to know this great community. Get to know some of these wonderful people and get yourself in this ring, man. We got a huge event coming up. We got the August Apex coming up, August 16th. $2,000 on the line, folks. Find a way to get in there. If you want to get your hat in that ring, we're going to have 5 creator tournaments all throughout the month of August. There's going to be 2 on the 2nd, 1 on the 7th, 1 on the 9th, and 1 at a later date to be determined. You win one of those, you're in. Or you can jump into our Discord, join the ESFLQ Crucible. That's just going to be a 7-fight little mini season. The best records from that will get to go on, and if you win 6 of those fights, you get an automatic $50. So there's no reason to not try it if you've been feeling that competitive itch. Go ahead and come holler at us. Come see what you're talking about. Come get in the ring, guys. We're moving on to our final fight, our main event of the evening. We've got Wordlife, we've got DirrtyDave, and importantly, guys, we've got no flow state in this fight. We got a gentleman's agreement to just let the hands talk and see what they're saying, boys. What are we expecting from this fight?
Man, this is going to be a good fight. Wordlife is coming off of 2 big wins. He beat Trixie. We saw how good Trixie looked earlier. And he beat Treehouse. And yeah, I mean, a win here in an ESFL main event could really set him up for some really big things. But he's going up against DirrtyDave, a former champion in his own right, and an ESFL Las Vegas competitor. What can you tell us about this fight, Zayef?
Yeah, I mean, Dirty Dave is so good. Obviously, he is part of the camp BFAT, built for ankle picking, which I was in for quite a few years, so I trained with him quite a lot. But he is just so composed. You know, he is somebody that understands every single facet of this game. He knows exactly how the judges work. He knows how all the takedowns and the submissions work. And he knows how the striking works. He is complete, he is smart, and so is Wordlife. And I love seeing Dirty Dave going with Leon Edwards saying, hey, you know me as a wrestler, let's strike it out.
Funny enough, as far as wrestlers go, Makhachev is probably the best bet if you want to try and strike it out. We'll see what avenue these guys go down, as they're both just content to trade in the pocket. Both landing some nice straights to start things off as a good right hook lands from Leon. What are you expecting from this fight here early on, Drake?
So one thing that we have to mention is that both of these guys agreed to no flow state use in this fight. So, you know, that's a little bit refreshing. These flow states can be very overpowered. So it's just going to come down to, you know, which one is the better player. I'm a little bit surprised. You know, Zayev is, I mean, Wordlife is very, it's very pressure heavy with Islam Makhachev, especially with that jab. He's really trying to put that jab on him as he gets slipped right there. Oh, good lead head kick and into an ankle pick. Beautiful single leg from Wordlife, Zayev.
You know, so what happened there, because he landed the head kick, he got full grapple advantage. When you get a big hit reaction like that, you have grapple advantage. Having grapple advantage makes takedowns harder to deny. The low single is already one of the most difficult takedowns to time the denial for in this game. So it was a perfect setup. Head kick, low single, that was literally pitch perfect execution. I would expect nothing less from our main event fighters, Frank.
And now Wordlife has this thing in the crucifix. This could get dangerous real quick. I mean, this might get dicey before it gets better. And he's switches to the side saddle. And you got to wonder, is he going to be able to rain some damage down? But a good job there from Dirty Dave to get into a bit more manageable position. I say a bit because, I mean, you definitely don't want Makhachev on your back being able to just rain down ground and pound like this.
Wordlife is doing a really good job. Oh, really unique getup there from Dirty Dave. That's one of the newer getups in UFC 6. Able to use that cage to stand back up. Good denial there. And we are back to the feet here. And Wordlife is looking really sharp early on. Nice low kick there. Those leg kicks could really pay dividends because this is a 5-round fight. So, oh, good leg kick of his own. So we're going to see what kind of investments these guys make as this fight goes down the line, Zayev.
Yeah, and the thing about Islam Makhachev, we've talked about him, we've seen him a couple times in this card. He really can strike. If you think, oh, I'm Leon Edwards, I'm just going to walk through him, you're not. You are not going to walk through Islam Makhachev. First of all, he has these really interesting animations you're seeing with his punches. They don't quite look like the other punches, but he also has 94 punch power compared to Leon Edwards' 92. He's the more powerful striker on the feet. They get in a boxing match, Wordlife's going to win just statistically alone.
Yeah, but right now, Dirty Dave is doing a good job. Oh, tried to get the ankle pick back and does so. I was going to say Dirty Dave is doing a good job of picking his shots while they're on the feet because he's done a bit more damage. Now he's going to try and really press that advantage with 15 seconds left here on the ground.
Yeah, and really, you know, good moral victory there to get that ankle pick back because that was really beautiful for Wordlife. And that was a really close round. I think I would edge it to Islam Makhachev and Wordlife. I would like to see the stats, but really competitive first round there. I think, like Zayev said, you know, Islam Makhachev does have the boxing advantage. And, oh, interesting.
Asking you shall receive.
Interesting. Dave actually landed more. I'm actually a little bit surprised by that. Because it felt like Wordlife, you know, because he was the one going forward. It felt like he was landing more, but, you know, Dave did land some really good low kicks there, Zayev.
He did, and that might be the difference. Low kicks are scored very highly in this game because it takes a lot less of them to get a raw. You know, you low kick somebody 8 or 9 times, their leg's done. Whereas if you jab them 8 or 9 times, they're just going to walk through that. So, Dirty Dave using a very, very intelligent strategy, and no matter who won that first round, it's still anybody's fight, Frank.
Definitely. I mean, no matter who won that first round, we still got 4 more potentially. So, you know, you can't rest on your laurels at any point, specifically not in the second round, man. It's all about trying to come out, stamp an advantage, and then being able to press that as the fight goes forward. Huge check into the left hook, and now Dirty Dave looks like he's starting to find his flow in this fight. We'll see what Wordlife does to answer here, Drake.
Yeah, I mean, Dirty Dave looks like he's got beautiful single leg there.
Wow.
Big adjustments here from Dirty Dave. It looks like he, took the time on that stool and he's made some good reads and good adjustments here. And he's gonna go to get top position here. We saw some big low kicks early on and then some good shots up top. I mean, Dave, he figured something out in between rounds, Zaya.
He really did, and I
Huge
think
shot.
what he figured out is Wordlife does not have the clean technical striking advantage. He has the punch power stat advantage, but Dirty Dave has the kicks. We see him low kicking more. We see him body kicking more. We see him head kicking more. So he's letting Wordlife know, you gotta walk into me now. And when you walk into me, I'm gonna be ready for you. But while you're doing it, you're just gonna get kicked. And Wordlife can't seem to land the kicks back.
Yeah, Dirty Dave, like you had said, doing a great job with those kicks. I'm liking how he's either all the way in or all the way out. We use that phrase a lot, but he's either staying completely out of range or just at the edge of kicking range. He's trying to make sure he's not able to get taken down here, because that was the bit of the advantage that we were seeing from Wordlife in round 1. Seems like he's taking that away completely here in round 2 here, Drake.
Yeah, it looks like Wordlife lost a little bit of composure early on in this round, because look at the stamina. He's lost a lot of stamina here in this second round. When we came into this round, his stamina was fairly even. Goes for another ankle pick and gets denied there at that time. But Dirty Dave has really stayed a little bit more. Ducks a head kick. What do you miss him down? That was huge, Zaya.
Absolutely huge. Wordlife gets a nice denial. They're going to keep him alive in this fight. Now, one thing I will say, I'm not sure why Dirty Dave is going orthodox with Leon Edwards. Leon doesn't have the worst switch stance, but I don't think it's the best, and he's going to have more power if he's in the southpaw stance. Obviously, it's a choice that worked out well for him because he ducked it, but let's see what his strategy is. Going into round 3, round 2, 40 seconds, he gets a reversal, Frank.
I told you earlier, results-based analysis. I think he's doing a great job, and it was genius. Clearly, because it's working. No, seriously though, all jokes aside, both these guys are doing a great job, putting on a wonderful performance. But right now, Dirty Dave, with 10 seconds left here in the second round, really seems to have found his footing in this fight. There's a good takedown there at the end of the round from Wordlife. Might be able to even some things up, give him some momentum. But what adjustments are you looking for from Wordlife going into round 3, Drake?
I mean, he's going to have to change his timing up, because it looks like Dirty Dave has a read on that timing. He's able to just, like Zaya said, just hit him, just ding him every single time he comes in. He's found a timing on the low kicks as well. He's got a big stamina lead. On Wordlife, he's been very jab heavy. I'd probably look for more round strikes in the pocket, but it really looks like that Dirty Dave has his timings, Zaya.
I mean, it really does, and Wordlife is going to have to change things up. And the reality is that starts on the feet. Because every round starts on the feet, and because these two seem to be pretty evenly matched in the grappling area, Wordlife has to make striking adjustments because Dave is just piecing him up. He has a head health advantage. He has a stamina advantage. He has a leg health and even body health advantage, although that's not as significant. I mean, Dirty Dave is putting on a masterclass, Frank.
I mean, he looks incredible. The striking is all over the place. Wordlife's starting to fire back right now, but yeah, no, the striking you just saw there, he's landing at a 47% clip. And at fighting this high level, if you're able to land 47%, you're on fire, because these guys are so good at defense. They're so good at keeping themselves out of trouble. And then, for Dirty Dave to be able to make those adjustments on offense to really get some consistent damage off like he's doing now. Tried to get the takedown, not quite able to do so, but I think he's been just consistently ahead so far in this fight. What do you think, Drake?
Yeah, Dirty. Oh, big rock hitter. Oh, nice uppercut. He could sit him down here.
Finish.
Oh, this could be it. Oh, smart. They're investing in the legs. I mean, Dave has such a massive lead now with the stamina and the health. Oh, nice uppercut there. That's what Wordlife needs to do more of. He needs to switch things up a little bit. But it's really hard to do when your stamina is this low. I mean, man, Dave looks really sharp, Zayaf.
He looks super sharp, and the key is that moment where he got the big rock, he tried to get the finish. When he didn't get it, he reset. Wordlife, it doesn't seem, is resetting. Beautiful single leg bail into the, oh my goodness, he had the 30% stamina advantage. The single leg bail is ridiculously difficult to get, but that shows how much Dave knows about this game. He saw Wordlife had enough of a short-term stamina drop that he could get it, and then he pulled him, turned the takedown. That is a masterclass. People, study Dirty Dave's takedowns. Now he goes for a Darce choke.
It might be over here, folks. Hey, I mean, he's able to struggle down with the stamina. Is he going to win this race?
We'll get back flat. No, good race.
Yeah, that's a tough
Yeah,
one
fantastic.
to get. But yeah, I mean, oh, he's still gonna look for a dart choke of his own.
Just from Wordlife.
This is gonna be
Okay.
really hard to get with that, big stamina disadvantage here. Interesting. Dave doesn't choose to race out here. He's gonna go for it. I think Dave will get out of this. Yeah, that's a very tough submission to get from that entry there. But yeah, Dirty Dave, man. Like you said, he's from that built for ankle picking camp, and his single legs have been really on point. Oh, goes for another dart choke again. These guys are just exchanging dart chokes. I think he could get this one with the big stamina lead. Can he?
Looks like he's gonna get it.
Looks
And
like
he
it.
does.
I mean, Dave's just showing levels right now in the grappling. He's really outclassing Wordlife.
Yeah, but the thing about Makhachev, he's still got, looks like 2 more shots on that stamina bar. So we'll see if, Dirty Dave is able to get back in that position, maybe get a more advantageous submission to try and finish this thing. But, I mean, he's looking great right now. Wordlife's not out of it yet. What adjustments do you think he needs to make here going into round 4, Zayat?
It's really hard because the problem is he needs striking adjustments, but he's not using a striker. And yes, he has the punch power, but Dave is kicking him. He's keeping him at kicking range. Wordlife needs to feint. He needs to find his way into range.
No, he needs to go to the hospital. He needs to check
Wow.
into a room. Goodness gracious. Headshot dead, baby. Good
performance.
God. Wow.
Dirty Dave, he looked so good there, man. Those single legs were on point. The kickboxing was on point. He really outclassed Wordlife, who's a really tough opponent too. Wordlife coming off of 2 big wins, and Dirty Dave just did him really dirty in that fight, honestly, Zayav.
I mean, that's the thing about Dave. MMA. If you want to play at the highest level of this game, you gotta know everything. You gotta know how to strike, you gotta know how to wrestle, you gotta know the submission system. If you think you're gonna go Islam Makhachev and Dave's not gonna wrestle you, you're wrong! You're gonna get single leg bailed, dragged into back, darce, and then head kicked. That is the level that we are playing at in the ESFL. Frank, what a card.
Man, top to bottom, this thing was spectacular, man. Like, if you guys came in late, go back, do yourselves a favor, check out the beginning of this card. I mean, 1 to 15, every single one of these fights was a banger. That was an incredible card, incredible day of fights. Drake, how you feeling right now?
And yeah, so many good fights, so many standout performances. There's just so many. I mean, Dave, he fought really, really good in that main event. I mean, mixed up a lot of different techniques. Those single legs were just on point. That was so good. Then they were exchanging dart chokes, and then that big head kick to really put the cherry on top of a really good performance. I mean, Dave looked really, really good. I really want to see him, in one of these tournaments next.
Oh, definitely, man. That, again, like we were saying, fantastic performance from Dave. There were a lot of great performances. Zayaf, how are you feeling about performance of the night today? Or tonight, whatever.
My goodness. I mean, I think, first of all, main event, if you want to talk about just masterclass performance, but I'm looking at Woolly Genius. King Green, Taporia knockout. I don't think you can beat that. Triple hook uppercut. I loved it. But every fight on this card was so good. We had a 45-second knockout during the prelims? I mean, I couldn't pick. But honestly, I mean, congratulations to all of these freaking competitors. Everybody looked so good. It's a new game. It is a new game. We see the old blood getting taken out. We see the new blood rising to the top. SirDJD, but then you got the vets, Papadoc, proving they still got it. We got everything in the ESFL.
Shoot, you want to talk about vets proving they still got it? What about, hang on, sorry, let me get the name correct. Sorry, I'm trying to look through. My boy who came back from UFC 3, Suspect. Yeah. You want to talk about vets showing they still got it? EK Suspect came through with an incredible fight. There was, like you had said, a sub 1 minute knockout. What are some standout performances from you, Drake?
Man, there's so many. Like you said, a big theme were like the vets showing they still got it. Papadoc got a win. Suspect got a win. Dirty Dave got a win. And some really big upsets too. I mean, DJD taking out EdParker in a really massive upset, kind of just schooling him there. That was really interesting to see. Then, I mean, a standout moment. maybe not the highest skill level, but John Jones Dealer with that raw knockout in less than a minute. I mean, that was insane. And if I'm handing out a performance of the night, I would probably go Woolly Genius as well. I mean, incredible fight, super high pace, and to knock out an Ilya Topuria in the first round like he did, I mean, you got to give it to him.
No, definitely, man. We had a fantastic day of fights, y'all. We cannot wait to see y'all on the next one. And before we go, you know I got to plug it again. We've got the UFC 6 August Apex that's going to be taking place August 16th right here. That's going to be $2,000 on the line. And if you want to get a chance to get that 2 bands, then you can join through one of our 5 creator tournaments. You can join Romero or Priatis' tournament on August 2nd. You can join GOAT 1099's tournament on August 7th. You can join Crooks' tournament on August 9th, or you can join Bruce Lee Rob's tournament, which will be announced at a later date. Again, make sure you're keeping up on all the socials. Make sure you're in the Discord so that you can see more information about these. And make sure you're in the Discord so that you can also take the alternative route where you join ESFLQ Crucible. That's going to be 7 fights. If you win 6, you get $50, no questions asked. The top records from those 7 fights are going to also get their chance to get into that August Apex on the 16th of August at their chance for $2,000. Don't miss it, y'all. Make sure you're following. Make sure you drop a like, all that good stuff. Zayef, Drake, what do y'all want to say before we get out of here?
Wanna go first, Zayef?
I'll take it, man. Thank you guys for having me. This was an incredible card. I look forward to the start of the ESFL season, August 23rd. I believe that is the date when we start everything. Obviously, $2,000 tournament, incredibly exciting. But what really matters is when we get to get in the ring and prove in the ESFL who the champions are. I know I'll be there. Drake?
Oh yeah, same. I'm really looking forward to the start of the season and these massive tournaments too. You know, I'm going to be trying to qualify as well. But yeah, thanks for having me. It was really an honor. Such a fun time with both you, Zayef, and Frank. This was such a cool experience. Yeah, I felt like, yeah, this was such a good card. So many standout names, and yeah, I mean, you know, the ESFL UFC comp scene is really alive right now. It's really interesting. There's this tournament really add a lot of stakes, and I'm looking forward to it, Frank.
For sure, man. It was a ton of fun to get back in the booth with y'all. Can't wait to do the next one, man. Shout out to all of you guys for sticking around with this to the end. Shout out to all of our competitors, and just go have a great day. Go out and do something. You know, we all got juiced up. Go have some fun today. I know that we did, and we can't wait to see y'all next time.
Every champion started as an unknown. Every legend earned their place. This isn't ranked. This isn't casual. This is where reputations are built.